What is up, my beautiful gemstones? Welcome to Friday Night's Live Intuitive Oracle on this beautiful Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th used to get me to, I think it was a very unlucky day until July 13th, 2018, when my baby was born. And I decided that Friday the 13th were going to be nothing but lucky for me from here on out. So since we won't be here until next Friday, I just have a couple of announcements. Tomorrow is the 14th of December, 2024, and my father is turning 62. So I want to say happy birthday, Dad. I love you. Let's see, 14th, 15th, 16th, Monday, December 16th, New England Dirt Roadie is having a birthday as well. So very special happy birthday to him, even though he's going to be mad with me that I shared that. On the 17th, we have Deirdre Montez, who is having her birthday on Tuesday. And then next Saturday on the 21st, and I'm sure I'll mention this again next week, I have 6 full years clean off of drugs and alcohol. Yay. Ghostdragonzw, Miss Lotus Girl, we do what we can. Don't worry about it. If not, Blue Crossroads, I'm glad you're settling in for the night. Yeah, roller coaster train wreck. I don't know either. I had an interesting day. Nightmare, what is up? New England Dirt Roadie, what's up? The Bat Mom, don't die working. That's not fun. Nut Slap, hey, Heather B, what's up, girl? There are some other people. We're going to pull you out of that, Netter. Don't you worry. Latro, yeah. Oh, look, a UFO drone. Quick, go get your worst camera. I was talking to my husband about that today. And I'm going on Michigan UFO Paranormal Portal podcast with Wayne and Michelle on Sunday night at 8 p.m. We're going to be live on their channel. So don't miss that. Write it down. Mark your calendars. But one of the reasons they wanted me to come on, usually I go on to promote books. This time I'm going on to discuss the drones. I live in New Jersey. A lot of them were sighted in southern New Jersey. I'm from northern New Jersey, but I have been seeing some crazy things just with my abilities far beyond drones and UFOs. Okay. I know there was a sighting near where I live, very close. There's a golf course where Trump plays golf that they sighted a couple over. And I was saying to my husband, I'm like, I could easily give you our drone and tell you to go outside and then film through the window and through the trees and say, oh my gosh, there's a drone. So I am very skeptical. I think one of ours got away somehow, and it's like the clown thing that happened in, 2016, where suddenly there were clowns just on the side of the road, or like clowns just in the woods. Like there were just people dressed as clowns because some people thought it'd be funny, like somewhere in the Midwest. And then all of a sudden it took over, and like people were doing it all over just for kicks. I have a feeling that some of it is that, but I do think there's larger, more spiritual explanations for some of the things that are going on. And it involves CERN, a lot of it. And, not really something I want to talk too much about tonight, but I will be getting into it on Sunday with Wayne and Michelle. And also, feel free to discuss. You guys know the rules: no cursing, no bullying, no religion, no politics. Cliff Clark, hey! It is ominous. Multifaceted Jules. You just reminded me of another thing I want to talk about, but give me a second because Ghostdragonzw, I'm going to bring him in a second. Life with Bobby. Hello, mother dear. Yes, New England Dirt Roadie, 6 years sober. Thank you, Heather. On the 21st, I stopped right before Christmas. I don't know why I didn't use Christmas as a final hurrah, but I think I just had no more hurrahs left in me, and it didn't matter what day it was. Hey, Aunt Edna. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, everybody. Oh, Heather, you are? What? You don't have to say exactly what town you live in, but like what county, what area are you in? I'm in Morris, and there were a lot of sightings in Morristown. I feel positive about the drones. I just think, I don't know. I get a little bit of a weird feeling about them. But there's a part of me too that thinks it might be just like at first it was something, and now people are messing around. Yeah, and by the way, it's so good to see you. Melissa Nicole, what's up, girl? Thank you for becoming a member. Passaic County. Okay, yeah, so that's not too far from me. It's like 20 miles from me, not even. So let me bring in Ghost Dragons. I have one more thing to say, and then we'll just get a move on the readings. What's up, Ghost?
Hey. First of all, Netter, you say, you have the same day of a birthday as my brother, Kevin. His birthday's Monday, too.
It's so funny because that's my dad's name and his birthday's tomorrow. Remember we talked about we both have Kevins who have the same situation before your brother passed. So guys, the Christmas gifts. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you guys have sent to me and to RJ. A lot of you have not put like the little notes so I know who these gifts are from, but I did do a video of basically everything I got. And if I didn't do a video of them yet, I'm going to. So Jules, I have the Oracle deck you bought me here. And I just want to say, like, everything you guys send me, it means so much to me because you don't have to do that, right? So I did not put this up on my mantle yet because I wanted to show everybody. It reminds me of something Nutslap sent me a couple years ago. So it's an owl. You can only see my reflection, but it is an owl right there. And then it plugs in and lights up. It's really beautiful. And I also got the Oracle deck, Forest Spirits, which we're going to be using tonight. And then I got this beautiful pyramid. I believe it's serpentine lizardite, one of my favorite gemstones. This did not have a name with it, with the classic horror Oracle deck. And okay, whoever sent this, already we're starting this.
Yes, already.
Sent this, you're hilarious. Okay, I just want to say I know it's someone in here because now close your ears. I mean, open your ears, close your mouth, and listen. There's 7 of them. This is a pen. My son, okay, Nutslap. I knew it. I knew this had you written all over it. Thank you so much. My 6-year-old went crazy and he's like, Mom, I'm going to press this. And then you make believe it's you and you had an accident. So I had to run around pretending to poop myself for an hour after school today. Blue Crossroads, thank you for the FIT 2025 calendar for tired ASS women. And then I got this. I heard you like bad girls. I am bad at everything. And I just thought this was amazing. I love it. Roger Blair, what's up? Mark Halstead. And then somebody sent RJ this amazing remote control car thingy that like you just go like this when you're wearing the little thing on your wrist and it jumps up and flips. You guys have been incredible. Thank you so much. The donation goal last week was $300. I managed to raise 17 of that. So we do our best. But I mean, I did not expect all of this. This pen is epic. But I knew the tote bag was you because last week you had asked me if I wanted a tote bag. Thank you, Nutslap, and thank you, Jules and Blue Crossroads and Steven and just everybody. I always get like uncomfortable receiving gifts like in front of people, and even though I didn't receive them in front of everyone, I feel weird, but I just do want to thank you guys and thank you to everyone who shows up and supports me. I had a really rough week. I think I worked one day aside from like writing. I've been feeling like really just pointless. But that's something I'm going to talk about Sunday as well on Michigan UFO because I think it's in the air before the transition of New Year's. That short you posted of RJ with the remote control car brought back a lost memory of a toy set I had back in the early 80s. That is amazing. Santa Claus, the spirit of love and giving to those you love and know. Yeah, but that was the first one I got last week. And I was like, wow, with everything I've been going through emotionally and spiritually, it just touched me. Like, people I don't even know in real life are going out of their way and spending their hard-earned money in a really terrible economy to send me gifts. And your note on there made me cry. So thanks for that. Guys, thank you so much. I will be using the tote bag. I am definitely keeping this pen on my desk. And everything is just beautiful. I'm going to charge this up and all of it. I love it. The calendar, I'm going to hang it right over here in my office. I got my other background back. So all right, let's get started and we'll see where we go from here. I've got a lot coming up. I've got the Polar Express on the 17th. I've got a party that I have to buy a white elephant gift for on the 21st. I've got Great Wolf on the 27th. So I got to raise funds. So if anyone can give anything through PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo, I do appreciate it. And I don't want to push on that. I have packages to send out and I don't even have shipping. It's been crazy because y'all know, I'm sure as most of you guys are going through it too. Christmas is crazy. The Federal Reserve note's coming for you on the weekend. What? Remote control cars for the boys. He loved it. I didn't know it was coming. So I just opened it in front of him. My Wi-Fi's got the wonky little thing on there. So I realized that my Wi-Fi setting might be too close to my computer. And that's why my computer always zonks out. I rewatched last week's video. The images in the beginning were very blurry. As long as you guys can hear me, we'll be okay. Life with Bobby, it's in the energy. Everything's about to come into a huge transition because of the new year. New year, new energy. And if you've been doing the work, which even if you feel like you're not, if you've been coming in here, if you're involved in this community at all, if you're trying to spiritually elevate, timeline jump, whatever it is, connect, you are putting the work in. So even if you're subconsciously doing it, this is like the storm before the calm. But it is really overwhelming because we're shedding a lot of ourselves. And, you know, it really is out with the old and in with the new energetically. But, and I'll just say this one more thing. Hey, Jim. I've been seeing a lot more attachment wise, like a lot more like dark shadows, attachment entities, jinn. Steven said it to me and I was like, wow, like it's not just me, right? So today I laid in bed all day and listened to one of my favorite rappers in the whole world. I have a huge crush on him. I always have, and it makes me feel weird because I think he's like a little bit older than my oldest son, but whatever. He's gorgeous. I would love to give him a hug. G-Eazy. So I have a lot of his songs stuck in my head. So you might hear me singing those later. All right. Blue Crossroads, we may have to talk. We are supposed to talk about that. I'm sorry. I've been in depression all week. I have not really communicated with anyone at all. I really have been keeping to myself. I just don't have the energy for conversation. But I'm trying to pull myself out of it. And G-Eazy did help today. So, all right, who is first? Don't forget Mom, even though she's not speaking because she has trouble keeping up. She is here, and we don't want to leave her waiting too much, but she doesn't have to go first or anything like that because she doesn't
Actually,
like that.
we're going to go ahead and do her first because Lotus was first. And we're going to timestamp her, right? So it'll be Mom. Hello, Mom, if you can hear me. Thank you. I love you and all that fun stuff. Like your profile picture on Facebook.
Oh, did she change it? I didn't see it.
Yeah, wait till you see it. Anyways,
hey,
I'm
Miss Pixie.
Mom. You're first, Mom, and then Blue. Okay.
All right, Mom, I'm using Mythical Goddess Tarot. This was a gift
Mike J.
from Miss Pixie a couple years ago, and I found it buried underneath the other 200 decks. I love this deck. It reads as tarot or oracle, which is why I love it. Mike J, I didn't see you come in, but if you're here, hello. Guys, it's so funny. I used this for a personal or I think it might have been last week, this card came out for someone, and I've been shuffling, and every time I open the deck to shuffle it, the Two of Circles is there. You know, it's just a little bit odd to keep seeing the same card. The thing that bugs me the most is that Pisces suns, right? Sun, moon, or rising, but more so suns are supposed to be the only of the 12 signs that aren't as affected by the negativity in the next like 12 years. Because we were the only sign that was doubly affected for the last 8 to 12 years. So we're supposed to move out and kind of lead everyone else into this higher elevation. That's where I feel like I'm falling short, right? All right, guys. All right, Mom, here we go. You got the 9 of Seas, and it is the card of joy. This is a water sign, which makes sense because you're a Cancer sun. 9. I always forget you're a Pisces, Nutslab. I always think you're an Aries. And you always tell me when your birthday is, and I forget. I'm not used to knowing male Pisces. I've only known one my entire life that I know of besides you. This is Jupiter and Pisces, Mother. This playful dolphin rider dances through her waters of feeling the levity and joy. The warmth of the sun fills her with happiness, at home in the abundant gifts of life and the bliss of creation. She is here to remind you of how easy it is to open your heart to the flow of joy that is present all around you by taking time to be in Mother Nature and for fun and play. The joy of life is yours to experience and share with others. It's contagious. So I just want to say, so she doesn't think I forgot, Tennille sent me a beautiful Christmas tree ornament that says, I'll punch a bee for you, right in the throat. And then it has me in like a leopard dress and high heels. and it says my government name, and then it has her in jeans and a t-shirt, and it says Tennille, and I love it. I love it. Okay. Mom, what this is saying is you have to, or you should rather, stop being afraid to experience things, right? And it's not even like experience new things. It's like there might be something that comes up in the next couple of weeks that you really want to do, but it's not. I think you're mistaking instinct and intuition with ego. And when people think of ego, they think of like, oh, I've got a big ego. No, the ego is edging God out. It's fear. Ego is there to protect us, right? So we're not going to go skydiving because we could get hurt. That's your ego. I feel like you're confusing that with your intuition. Like, I'm just going to use hiking for an example. I know you're not going hiking. I'm just using that. Like someone brings it up and you think it sounds like a really good idea, but something deep inside in the pit of your stomach is saying, no, don't do that. You get those feelings all the time and you're always right when their intuitive hits. In the next week or two, I want you to really make sure before you turn something down or decide not to do something that you want in your mind or in your heart or in both to do because you have a bad feeling. I feel like that bad feeling is simply you being afraid to get hurt or try something new, or it's just out of your comfort zone, whatever this is. Somebody is offering you something that is out of your comfort zone. So it's not that you don't want to do it. It's not that you're really scared to do it. It's just like you'd feel like you'd be so out of your element. And I have a feeling I know what this is about, but I'm trying to keep it in perspective. This is the universe pushing you forward and telling you, if you don't try, you'll never know. And it's better to have failed than to live the rest of your life wondering, like, what if I had done that? I feel like there's something going on in your life right now that's affecting your ability to really be able to properly intuit what's going on. Your mind is overthinking. And I wouldn't be surprised, Mom, if you didn't have a moon, an air moon sign, right? Because you overthink a lot. And I do too. And I have a Libra moon. It's like your overthinking is causing you to think that the uncomfortable feelings and the bad negative emotions attached to doing whatever this is are like, spirit telling you like, don't do it. No, but it's not. You really have to be mindful of where you're at emotionally, mentally, physically, even spiritually, when you're asked to do these things. And your immediate reaction is to say, no, I'm not doing that. Really think through it. Maybe talk to people that are going to be unbiased, or talk to people that you trust, that want you to win, that want you to be happy. Because if you speak to 4 people and, 3 of them disagree with you and one's like, I don't know, they're not trying to hurt you in any way. And you also hang around, a lot of people in our family are very intuitive. So they would pick up on anything you didn't, or they wouldn't pick up on something you're overthinking about. I think you should just go with the flow, let things happen as they do, and don't be afraid to say yes to new experiences.
You seal this, right?
I was just going to post that up.
It's perfect.
I posted a meme that said something like, I'm so busy and the school sends me, Sunday night an email for like a spirit week Monday morning. That literally just happened to me today. Hey, Black Dragon, the what ifs can weigh on you. There are times when you need to pick which what if that you want to live with. Right. And I know the lesser of 2 evils is still evil, but I feel like we should get to a point where we're willing to step out of our comfort zones and like become comfortable with being uncomfortable. Try new things, because again, you'll never regret trying something new, right? You can, or maybe you might, in an extreme circumstance, but what we're talking about here, you're not going to regret it. Even if something, were to go wrong, like say you're being asked out on a date, Mom, I'm just using this as an example, and you're worried and worried and worried, but finally you convince yourself to go and that relationship doesn't work out. You really didn't lose anything. You had a nice time. You met a new person, or you learned what kind of people to stay away from, right? You're going to learn something through the experience anyway. That's going to prepare you for the next thing that's coming along. I think you should just go for it for sure. It's hard being comfortable while being uncomfortable. And I think that's the biggest thing with spirit, Heather. That's a great point, is that until we are able to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, we're always going to have problems, because growing and elevating and learning requires being uncomfortable. It requires trying new things. And a lot of us at our age, because I don't have a lot of people that are much, 30 is probably like the youngest for the most part that comes in here, you know, on a regular basis. Yeah, we have to do it to grow. And I just feel like at our ages, like once you hit the age of like 35 or 40 and up, it's like we should be taking more risks. Not like hurtful risks, but like risks with things that we want to do. When I remember when I was 20 years old and I wanted to be famous, I was like, well, I've got time. And then I blinked my eyes and I'm 41. Like, I'm never going to be famous now, but what would be the next best thing for me that would make me happy? Right? I'm doing it. Yeah, Blue Crossroads, absolutely. Smoochie, what's up, girl? Yeah. So Smoochie, I'm going to be on Michigan UFO Paranormal Portal podcast with Wayne and Michelle on Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, and we are going to be doing nothing but talking about the drones, SIR, and everything you and I were discussing, and that Netter and I were discussing. Yeah, who's next?
Mr. Blue Crossroads.
Blue Crossroads, I'm going to use the Oracle of the Divine Circus. You kiss a dun today. What happened?
Kiss a drone. Did you kiss
a
drone?
I was like, what is going on?
Hello, John. Long time.
41 and you think you're old. How dare you? Listen, in another year, you're going to be old. No, I don't feel like I'm old. I just feel like I'm too old to like, let's be real. I'm not going to run off to Hollywood and try to be on the silver screen anymore, right? I'm just not going to do that. But if I play my cards right and do the right thing here on the internet, I could end up achieving some sort of fame, whether it be through my books or my content. And that's my intention. All right, Blue. Tiger Angel. I love this card. By the way, Nutslap, great choice. I think this is Serpentine. I'm going to look it up, but you know I love green, and Serpentine is Lizardite is one of my favoriteest stones. It's actually what's in the ring you bought me a couple years ago for my birthday. I keep looking at it. It's beautiful. And it's an authenticated gemstone. Mark, absolutely you can. Yes, thank you. And Mark, I'm sorry I didn't get back to you today. I've been in a pretty big depression all week. Not really like, yeah, let's call it what it is. I've been depressed all week, but I think again, the energy, and if I ever see G-Eazy, I'm going to give him a big hug and thank him for pulling me out. All right. Tiger Angel, card number 4, Blue. The universe needs you. It needs your strength, your guiding hand, your devotion, your goodness, and your protection. Wow. There are people, projects, ideas, and hopes that need your encouragement, your optimism, your nurturing. You have helpful healing power in you. Be confident enough to be gentle, and your inner power shall uplift and protect many in this world, keeping them safe and inspiring them to trust in love. We all have moments where we wonder if we are doing such a great job at this game of life. The idea of helping others might appeal, and yet, when we have our moments of struggle in our own lives, we may question whether or not we are a good candidate to protect, guide, and nurture others. I can totally relate to this. I'm trying to teach people and lead them spiritually, and where are my clients? You know, I need to make my name bigger, but it's not easy because I feel like you really have to. My mentor always tells me, like, if you're uncomfortable with what you're charging, then you're doing the right thing. Because if you were comfortable, then you're in a lack mindset. Being uncomfortable means you're branching out, you're trying new things, and you're believing in yourself, right? And I feel like that's one of the things this card is saying. When the desire to create a positive contribution to the world exists in your heart, you must remember that such desire was placed there on purpose for your life purpose. The universe knows what you're capable of and believes in you. Even though you don't always realize it, you have the light of an angel and the fierceness of a tiger within you. How about that? You are capable of so much more than you realize. One of your spiritual gifts is the art of invisible influence. This empowers you to guide others without breaking the spirit of those you lead. You don't need to tell others what to do or how to be. You can simply hold a vision of them in your heart, a vision that sees them being and becoming all that they can be. Your influence becomes powerful in the lives of others based on how you choose to live. Even if you don't say a word, your presence will assist. Maybe your invisible influence extends to your family, friends, neighbors, coworkers, or clients. It might even be the world at large that you're helping simply through how you choose to think and be in your own life. There's a truth in your heart, the truth that knows every being is loved and deserves to feel safe and live their life in freedom and truth. Your adherence to this truth can tame even the most fearful and resistant thoughts within you and the people around you. Remembering the ability you have to calm the heart and empower the soul creates a feeling of security within you. Your invisible influence also helps all beings to remember that there is no need for fear and that together we can create a world where all creatures are happy and free. I just randomly got reminded that I have to check RJ's report card after this. That's how my mind works, by the way. So, Blue, I feel like you probably have a good idea of where this, I want to use my poop pen, of where this card is going. Thank you, John. You guys always lift me up. Blue, and you've been one of the maybe 3 people that I've leaned on a lot this week, that I feel comfortable doing so. And the reason I say that is because I feel like you offer that strength and assistance to pretty much anyone that runs by you. Not that you like go up to strangers and like, but I feel like you would. You're that person. And I'm not comparing you to anyone, but I know this about my husband too. Like, Steven, you're the same way. Probably a lot of you guys, where if you see something wrong, you're going to step in and do something, whether you're involved or not. I'm the type of person, or I'd like to think now it's different, but I'm like, that has nothing to do with me. I'm not risking anything. Like, nope, not my business. Those are the 2 types of people in the world, right? You're a doer, and your influence over people, I don't think you realize, especially in the next 2 weeks, how big it is and how bold and bright your spirit is, the type of people it's going to attract. And it's okay to help people. I feel an obsession. I do feel, I've got to be honest, either somebody is going to be coming or is becoming in the process of like romantically obsessed with you, because you have this big energy of, safety and comfort and kindness. Or somebody around you is like jealous of you for a reason. It could be someone over the internet, right? It could be, like kind of what I told you I went through with that one girl who like accused me of all these crazy things just because I'm prettier than her and I'm not evil. And her boyfriend like talked to me a couple times in a stream. That type of like psycho energy. I feel like this is the universe telling you, do what you always do. Be kind, be fair, be diligent, and like, don't let it get to you. Don't feel like you have to be the hero in anyone else's story but your own. There's a situation coming in, and I don't think it's going to like really affect you in this like crazy way, this extreme way, but I do feel like it might make you take a step back and pull your energy back and start to realize that, not that you're ever going to walk by like someone getting mugged and say, oh, none of my business. Like, I more than likely would, or at least you would have, like I used to. But to really think before leaping into action. And I feel like that's a lesson that you may be needing to learn at this time. Like, not to act on impulse, even when the act that you're doing and committing is the absolute right thing to do. Right. So, for example, say that, a female friend, she's a platonic friend, is getting beat up by her new boyfriend. Your impulse when she calls you crying is going to be to go over there and like hurt him. But at the end of the day, you're going to end up going to jail. Like it's like play the tape all the way through. And for some reason, that is the main message here. It's like, yes, you're a pillar of strength. You provide security and comfort. You are a true and sincere, kind heart. And I feel like even if things have turned out wrong in the past, it always came from somewhere good. You were never trying to hurt anybody. You don't go out of your way to cause problems. And I know that for sure about you now. You and I have been through a lot in our friendship. You've helped me. I've helped you. And I'm happy to call you my friend. But someone here is either very jealous of you or becoming obsessed. So don't film yourself doing them squats at the gym, boy, because somebody is watching you. You know how all the girls be doing? They like squat with their booty hanging out, and then they turn around and they're like, don't look at me. I watched one where the guy's like, girl, please, I'd rather be looking at your boyfriend. The gym gals. No, Smoochie. I wasn't using a personal anecdote at that time. Mike J! Where's my thunder and lightning, bro? Hello, Aisha. How are you? You are new here. Yes. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us. Welcome. Who's next?
1 second, please. Okay, next is the Bat Mom. Oh, and this is what Gemma sent me. So Bat Mom.
Well, that one was from RJ.
Well, I don't care. It's so cool. That is so badass. Pardon my mouth.
That's okay. It's so funny. Latro, I'm wearing my mom's yoga pants right now that she left at my house. And I'm like, yeah, I'll wash them for you. Mom, by the way, these are mine now. These are mine now. They're yoga pants with pockets. And they're not like the cheap ones that I can afford. They're like the good material. I'm the only one that fits in my mom's clothes. I fit in my mom's shoes. And my mom has amazing style. She used to dress me and my sister. And I've never not liked something my mom has either given me or bought for me. She knows me to a T. Thank you. So you can have them. Thanks, Mom. Well, you have 2 pairs. I mean, it's only fair. We should be twinning. Bat Mom, Tennille and Arisha sent me a whole bunch of really great stuff for my hair. So it is working. As soon as I can get to dye it, because I haven't been able to dye it since March. I have, things going on at home, but also I'm afraid to because of how badly I'm losing it right now. But I've been implementing the stuff that they sent me. And it's working. It seems to be working. Like my hairline's growing in, my bald spots behind my ears are growing in, and it's growing in my natural color, not gray like it was. Like all my bald spots that I would get, they would grow in gray. So I'd have these chunks of gray and then they'd fall out again and just they're not there. Interesting. I got this card. I'm telling you. So guys, don't forget Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. We are going to be on Michigan Paranormal. Baby Dragon. Happy Friday the 13th. Oh, on Monday, we're going to be talking about, and Mom, I really want you to watch this one. I know you don't have a lot of time and you don't watch all of my videos, but Monday's pre-recorded I'm going to send to you. You guys, it's the Hinterkaifeck farm murders. It is crazy. Well, John, it is endearing, but like I'm trying to become, I don't want to say famous, but like known. And I don't want to have like partially gray hair. And my hair is naturally almost black, so you can really tell. There was something else I wanted to show you guys or say before I got on the yoga pants, but I'm sure I'll remember it. All right, Bat Mom. Friday the 13th and a full moon. That is definitely interesting. So we're doing the Polar Express Tuesday, guys. I'm excited about it. It's going to be so awesome. Again, I could really use donations. This has the bee venom. Like really burns. Damn it. I had something I wanted to tell you guys, but I'm sure I'll remember it. All right, Bat Mom, you got the owl messenger. Eris, what's up, girl? I like Friday the 13th now that my son was born on a Friday the 13th. I want to get my oldest son on a stream to talk about his experiences. John, once more of it, like once it's not in patches and it looks more natural, I'll probably like it because I do like lighter hair on myself. As you can probably tell. Bat Mom, a young woman casts an owl free from her balcony, holding a scroll between its claws. The bird flies into the sky with great speed, and its eyes firmly set on its destination. In our modern age, we receive many messages throughout our day. We no longer rely on just the mail carrier to deliver letters and documents, since we now have an array of electronic means for sending and receiving information. If you have drawn this card, it would seem that a message is headed in your direction. Is this information or confirmation you have been waiting on, or will it be a complete surprise? As well as personal greetings, letters, and general correspondence, the card can also suggest contracts or much-awaited test results. Although Owl Messenger can predict mail arriving on your doorstep, it can also encourage you to put pen to the paper, so to speak. Have you gotten forms that need filling out and sending, or might a loved one appreciate a call or some kind of contact? A message can make their day. So with the holidays coming up, I know not everybody really gets into the holiday spirit, right? Yes, Damien. I know not a lot of people get into the holiday spirit, but a lot of people do. I love the holidays. And I feel like I told you guys in the beginning, the gifts and just like the outpouring of love when you guys notice I'm not working as much and then I may be going through something that I'm not talking about and you guys all reach out like, hey, not trying to bug you, just going to send you one text. But like, if you need an ear, I've gotten so many of those texts this week, or just like Smoochie sending me funny things, maybe feeling that I'm hurting and trying to make me laugh, not really seeming to want anything back. Do you know what I mean? Like, just like, hey, we're here, just so you guys know, right? While still going through your own stuff. And and Bat Mom, I feel like this is you maybe receiving some correspondence that was unexpected. There could possibly be Mom, he's like us. He's magnets for people older than him. Yeah. I feel like you could be making a connection here with someone reaching out and possibly someone you didn't expect to hear from, maybe a relationship or a friendship or a maybe a family member or someone that for some reason you don't talk to anymore, but like you wouldn't be opposed to talking to them, but like you're not going to go out of your way. Do you know what I mean? How like if you don't talk to someone over an argument and then 10 years later you're like, if I run into them, that'd be fine. That's kind of what I'm talking about here. I do feel that type of correspondence. If you're, oh my God, if you're waiting, I love you guys. Mom, I love you so much. If you're waiting for any kind of test results, I do feel like they're going to be coming back, whether, yes, Smoochie, you did, whether they are good or bad, I'm not really sure. I'm not getting that here, but I do think important information is coming in and a correspondence from someone that you haven't spoken to in a while, and it's going to be good. I'm getting very positive vibes off of this, so I feel like if you do have test results that are coming in, or perhaps you are going to the doctor and you need test results, I would just say stay positive, stay in a higher emotional vibration to the best of your ability. People that are sick around you, do your best. Bat Mom, the main thing that I'm getting here with Owl Messenger is don't worry yourself sick because it will be worry over nothing, right? What is it called? Tao or Tao? I think it's called Tao, where like you just have to let things like you're not allowed to worry. You just have to let everything happen and be in like flow like water state. That's what this card is saying. It's like, if you're going to worry about things, it's going to take longer for them to come in and to be positive, if that makes sense. So what's up, Divine Girl? I mailed your box yesterday. So here's the thing. In the next, I'd say 2 to 3 weeks, Bat Mom, expect that someone's going to reach out from way back. It's just going to be like a reconnection with someone. That's good. This person is going to become very important in your life, even if they just message you hi on Facebook and you don't message them back. And Edna, this is Bat Moms, but if it's resonating with you, keep it, take it. That's what I want you guys to do here. Bat Mom, also don't get nervous or upset if you or some I'm trying to concentrate, guys. If you or someone you love seems to get sick or like needs some kind of test results or something, it's all going to be fine. I feel like this is just the universe kind of trying to scare you or whoever this is that's getting sick or not feeling well or having to go to the doctor or ER, like to do something about whatever the problem is. And that's my mom. Hey, we all love Mom. Mom's the best. She really is.
Mom's all wound up.
My mom just tells you how it is. And that's why a lot of people used to think my mom, they'd be like, your mom's mean. And it's like, no, my mom's not mean. She's just not going to like kiss your butt.
She's going to tell you the truth.
She's going to tell you how she really feels. And she always does it in a nice way. But I think people get so shocked. Like if I were to say, Mom, do you like this shirt? And she didn't like it, she'd be like, no, go change. Don't look right. And like, if you're not used to that, you would be like rude, but like I asked her if it looks right. Right. So like, she's not going to be like, oh yeah, it looks great. And then make you walk around looking like a weirdo. Right. So, it's just funny.
I've spent enough time with her.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, for sure.
Next is Mr. Nutslap. Mom, you're killing me tonight. I love it.
I love to see her in a good mood.
Hey, and Mom, Damien's got a gift coming on the 23rd, so just kind of keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, and I respect that, right? I used to have a hard time with that, especially like in the beginning when I was going on stream and everything. I would call myself like an extreme people pleaser. Like I don't want anyone to be mad at me. Now I'm to the point where like I just want to, be honest with people. And you don't have to be nasty or mean. You want the horror deck? Right. Thank you guys. Okay, so Bat Mom, I don't believe that's going to be anything like super duper significant, like bad, but I feel like it is kind of a warning to like shape up in some area, like to pay more attention. I love this deck, by the way, Nutslap. Maybe it is full moon and Friday the 13th. And I could definitely see that. I resonate so much with a lot of your Facebook posts. I'm always like, I'm going to steal this and tag Aunt Edna, but it's yours. So
actually, it's not quite a full moon tonight, tomorrow night. Either tomorrow night or Sunday night. It's just got a little bit missing.
Tomorrow's my dad's birthday. My Sagittarius family. I've never really been able to get along with Sagittarius suns until very recently. 15th.
Thank you, Edna. I knew it was coming up.
Yeah, Smoochie, I think that's a big thing too. Like I can tell someone's tone through a text message, but I think a lot of people can't. And that's where a lot of people get me wrong as well. Like Ghostdragonzw a lot, and like he knows me so well, but I can text him something and he'll immediately be like, I'm sorry, like what did I say? And meanwhile, I'm like laughing while I'm texting him, but the tone of whatever I said just came off wrong.
So now she voice texts.
Yeah, now I do the 14-minute long voice texts.
Yep.
Baby Dragon wants to know, did you say something to her? She was cooking dinner.
No, you're fine, honey. I was just saying hello.
What is going on? Oh, yeah, and I want to hug you someday. I really do. So, okay, I'm pulling this card because it popped out 3 times already. Nutslap, you got the Trickster, and it's my future ex-husband, but it's the old version. Mom and Aunt Edna said the same exact thing at the same exact time.
I'm loving this. This is awesome.
Blue Crossroads, if you total up the amount of voice texts I send when I'm upset in like a day, it's 14 minutes, probably longer. I go to the point a lot of the time where I have to like stop, restart, and send something shorter because I'll sit there and usually it's with you or with Ghostdragonzw and I'll just go on and on and on. And then my phone goes beep, beep. And I look down and I've been talking for 12 minutes and my phone only holds 2 minutes. So I have to go back and redo the whole thing and like shorten it. Anyway, Nutslap, you got the Trickster, Pennywise. Hey, Georgie. Aren't you going to say hello? Yeah, that was creepy. I know. I got G-Eazy in my head, guys. And I said 14 minutes actually because that short I did where it's like, good night to everybody with oval mirrors in their room. Good night to everybody with Polaroid pictures on the back of their phone. Good night to everybody who sends 14-minute long text messages. What am I supposed to do listening to that for 14 minutes? I had to turn it off. These cards are on fire. All right, the Trickster. Let me stop. The new person probably left already. They're like, this chick talks way too much. Oh, by the way, guys, within Nutslap, exactly. Within like 2 hours of me ending this stream later, I'll have like 120 to 130 views. So, but there will be one comment and it'll be from Steven. If you guys can take an extra minute and comment, even if it's just an emoji, even if it's the word poop or the poop emoji, like I don't care what it is, anything you comment will help push this video out. Like if everyone who viewed this commented, I'd have by the end of the week 200 to 250 comments and it would really push these videos out. I know you guys forget and that's fine. It's mainly the likes are like if I have 30 people in here, I'll end up with 30 likes. It's the people that listen afterwards. So if y'all are listening, please do that. These are some, what are these supposed to be in order? I can't find an order for them. So just be, they're not in, Oh, I see. I see. What it is the name of the card is on the top, and then the, okay, OPQRST. The name of the card, the trickster, is up here in the name of the movie. I was looking here. So Nut Slap, this is a limited series directed by Tommy Lee Wallace in 1990. I'm everything you ever were afraid of. Appearances can be deceiving, and playful seeming mischief, especially if coded as harmless, can be fueled by a subterranean animus. No one is ever quote unquote just kidding. Bright, distracting balloons can hide a toothy maw. A figure as old as time, the trickster will use our own thoughts and fears against us if they can. You got it upright. Be mindful of manipulation as you proceed. So what this is basically saying is, I feel like somebody is trying to possibly pull the wool over your eyes. The thing I keep hearing in the back of my head is woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. It's like somebody is trying to like play on your heartstrings, and make you feel bad for them so that you'll either do something or not do something. There's a very manipulative and toxic energy here, Nut Slap. I do feel like you're onto it, but you're onto it in a way of like, even though you know about it, you still have this like incredible guilt or like bad feeling about calling someone out. So I'm just going to give you an example. Say you have a 92-year-old grandma who raised you, and you're going to move out and you're going to get married and start a family. You already have plans. You told grandma about it. And suddenly grandma starts crying and asking, how can you leave me? Can't you just stay 3 more months? Like, I rate everything. And I'm a sick old, and I just keep hearing all these things in my head. So while you know she's manipulating you, right, in that scenario, how easy would it be to just be like, sorry, you're on your own? Right? I don't think you'd be able to do that. No matter how badly you'd want to do it, you'd probably end up being talked into staying for the extra time. That's what's happening here. So I feel like this is the universe telling you, look, if you feel manipulated by someone, if you feel like someone is trying to get you to do something by any other means instead of just plain out asking, you should confront them and be like, look, just stop beating around the bush, cut to the chase, tell me what you want. And if I can help you, I will. Or, please leave me alone. I don't want manipulative toxicity around me. I don't think the person is doing this to try and like hurt or harm you. They're doing it because they're selfish and they're used to having you around for some reason. That's up. I don't know what this is, or they expect for some reason that you'd be able to help them. So this is like, say you had a long-term relationship and like you paid for everything, you did everything for this person, and then all of a sudden you guys broke up, and 6 months later this person's best friend starts coming around wanting to like go to dinner and do all these things and like be friends. That's probably a manipulation tactic because this person just wants some eye candy to go out with. Like, I don't know, somebody here is manipulating you when they really don't have to. It's like this game you're playing. And I think I said this to someone else last week or a couple weeks ago, where it's like, you're playing this game where like they know they're manipulating you and you know, but they know you're not going to say anything and you know you're not going to say anything, but you just happily go along with it, or like begrudgingly go along with it. Now is the time for you to confront this person and tell them, look, I know you've been manipulating me. I know, X, Y, and Z has been going on the whole time. I'm not going to do this anymore. You need to cut this relationship out, because even if you're aware of it, and even if you're kind of a willing participant in the toxic manipulation, you're still surrounding yourself with toxic and manipulative energy, like a physical medium, right? I have living energy, whether I'm, high up here having a great day or low down here having a horrible day or week like I just had. It doesn't matter if the dead person is really cool and just wants to know what the PS5 is and wants to sit and talk to me about life when they were alive in the 1700s or my life growing up. And it doesn't matter if they attack me and want to steal my soul. Either way, it's dead energy feeding on mine, and it's hurtful for me, right? And it's going to cause me physical illness and ailments. Does that make sense? Like, it doesn't matter if it's not really affecting you. It matters that you're exposing yourself to this toxic energy, even in knowingly doing it. It's like continuously touching a hot stove. You touch it, it burns some of your skin off, and like 2 seconds later, you touch it again. You're like, well, didn't lose a hand, just lost some skin, touch. That's kind of, you're like justifying this dynamic for some reason. It's probably because you're very, very used to it. This is probably someone who has been doing this to you for a long time, or it's a new person who's behaving in the same way as someone you're very, very close and connected to. We all do have that one person. Yeah, John Woodmiss, it definitely is. It's very hard. My main issue this week has been emotionally detaching. So, not having an expectation. Like, I can't treat people the way they treat me. If they treat me poorly, I cut them off. I don't have it in me to lie, to be rude, to manipulate someone's emotions, to purposely make someone cry just to make sure that I still have control over them. 10 years ago, oh yeah. But now, I don't have it in me to, cook food and see someone hungry and not offer them. I just can't do it. So when I'm forced, and when we're forced as empaths and light workers to be in these relationships or live with people, even if it's just a roommate, or have close friends where we have to be around the person all the time for whatever reason, coworkers, our boss, it's like this constant draining of the energy of wanting so badly to go against our nature, which is kind and loving and giving. And that can really stress you out, and it can really wear down your energy very quickly. I knew you were. That's why I use Perpetual Stove Toucher. Mark, no, that was actually Nut Slobs. I'm so glad everyone's resonating with the readings tonight, though. That is amazing.
Ready? Heather B.
Heather B, I'm going to use Deep, Dark, and Dangerous. And that's why I tell people, if you don't have the $2 for the reading, that's perfectly okay, because you're going to get something that's for you. By the way, guys, if you're not a member and you haven't paid your $2 yet, $4 to, I think everyone that's in here, members or paid, Nutslap paid, New England Dirt Roadie paid, is or
You're real jiggly, hon. Your voice was really bad.
Hold on. Is it better now?
Yes.
Because I still have the little thing on my screen.
Yeah, but You sound better. It was all gibbly last time.
I can see it. This is too close to my router. Whose card is this? Heather?
Yes.
Yeah, Nutslap, it is a really gorgeous deck, and it has all the old-timey horror movies. I knew this was you. I knew. Mom, yeah, my Wi-Fi sometimes gets messed up. He's like, what the hell? You know what? I wouldn't be surprised, Nutslap. I've seen some things in the sky, and I'm going to discuss them on Sunday. So I know I was jiggling out. I was just saying that if everyone so far that I know of is paid up. If you haven't sent your $2 donation to PayPal, Cash App, or Steven's Venmo, just put the $sign in the chat if you want a reading. Guys, remember, I have a $300 goal, of which we hit $17 so far. So just if you can. If you can't, totally cool, guys. I don't even like asking. All right, Heather. You got the card of Focus, and I don't know how to pronounce this, but I believe it is Kusi. Check that beast out. I hope this Wi-Fi, I'm like nervous now because the Wi-Fi thing. Heather, everyone craves a level of safety, yet this level is different for all. Be aware of the risks in a current situation before making your decision. Listen to warnings if you are given them right now. Watch and act on red flags. If you are walking the wilds of the Scottish Highlands, you might recognize, depending on where you go, that it is risky. The weather could turn for the worse on a dime, for example, and you could be pelted with hail or sleet, or you could freeze. Perhaps you could hurt yourself climbing the cold stones, or a rock might fall on you from above. Maybe you could simply slip on the dew and slide into a bog hole. Further, there are other dangers that could befall you, Heather, like being killed by the Kushi. I almost got it. The Kushi, or the green dog of the Highlands, was a strange and formidable creature that concerned many people in that area. It had a shaggy green coat and a plaited tail and roamed the moors and sharp cliffs looking for victims. It was bigger than the largest living hound, in that it was the size of a cow or a bull, and in from a distance may have been mistaken for cattle by unfortunates who soon found out what the reality of the situation was. You would think that an animal like this would want to hunt quietly. After all, it could stand. The part of the myth here is the sound of the coochie. It would let out a piercing, blood-curdling sound halfway between a bark and a howl. If you heard this sound, it was said that you had only until it barked a third time to seek cover and safety. Otherwise, it was your end. You were literally too terrified to take part. The coochie was considered to be a fairy dog, and as such, not something you would go out and hunt, lest revenge be taken. Your plant companion is bog myrtle, and your crystal companion is one of my most favoriteest. It's green agate. Listen, guys, it'll take me about 1 minute. I have to go turn the PS5 off because I feel like that's what's affecting me. Heather, I'm really sorry. Just hang tight. I want to make sure that I'm loud and clear. Ghost, don't leave dead air. Talk.
I won't. Folks, make sure you hit that like, please, and leave a comment after. Please, and share, please. I'll drop donation stuff in the chat here in a little bit. I hope everybody's having a good week so far. I will be here tomorrow at midnight tomorrow night. Thanks for everybody that showed up last night. Appreciate it. Tomorrow night, I'm going to try to make it an all-nighter. So be prepared for anybody that shows up. And then we'll see what goes down next week. Sure, everything will go the same. I tend to bark and howl. Yeah, I do too. I'm more like growl though.
I just realized my son left the PS5 on. That's probably why that was happening. Okay, Heather, thank you for being patient. So I feel like you definitely should not be making any major decisions in the next 2 weeks. Unless you have all of the information. Just like I said with Nut Slap, somebody's trying to manipulate you, but I feel like this is much more negative and much more sneaky. I don't know if you see this coming. I feel like this could be, and here's the scenario, Heather, that I'm getting in my head that Spirit's showing me, is that you like had some kind of issue with someone, you accepted them back in, you guys were able to work it out. So I don't know if this was like an argument with a friend or a family member, your partner, but there was a big deal. And then like you guys worked it out and now they're coming to you with something that they want you to be a part of. And I feel like they know damn well that either this isn't going to end well for you or they're just trying to rope you in. This person has very negative intent. It's like they're going to show you for whatever happened. Like, oh, you think we're friends again? I'm not letting that go. Here you go. Screw you. Take this. But it's going to come in the guise of something good. For example, like you and your partner, I'm just using this as an example. You and your partner have this huge fight because you're not ready to move in with him. You guys have this huge argument. You have this huge fight. You say a lot of nasty things. Your partner in this scenario, I'm not saying this is true, but in this scenario, your partner is very toxic, very manipulative, possibly abusive. And you guys end up making up. You're manipulated into agreeing to moving in with them. They move into a place and then they totally abandon you. They Ted Bundy you, right? Like he was engaged. The girl in front of everyone said, I'm not going to marry you. You're a loser. So a few years later, he made himself seem more successful. He got engaged. He met her parents. They planned the wedding. She called him one day and she's like, hey, and he's like, who's this? And hung up and never spoke to her again. That's the type of energy we're dealing with here. Somebody is trying to trick and manipulate you into getting involved with something, becoming friends with someone, investing in something, quitting something, starting something. There's something here that is going to sound really good. I feel like there's a piece of you that might think, can I trust this person? The answer is no, you absolutely cannot. I feel like they are purposely going out of their way to, as someone says to me all the time, take you down a peg or two. Like they want to show you where you belong energetically, right? They are jealous of your accomplishments. There's something that you're doing that I feel like you're proud of, even if you don't say it. And this person cannot stand it. They might be telling you to your face that they support you, or they might be treating you badly and you're wondering why. That's why. They're jealous of some sort of success you either have gained or you are in the middle of achieving. If someone presents you with any kind of document, please, I don't care if it's a 600-page document and all of it is fine print. Find a way to read through it. Get someone you trust. Run decisions by people that you trust before you make them in the next 2 weeks. I would not make any major decisions on my own. I feel like energetically, you're you're not at the right energetic level. Like you're being suckered somehow. Your heart is deceiving you is exactly what's going on, Heather. And if you let that happen, you're going to end up losing out a lot. And this person just has very bad intent. Mom, number one, I think it's the holidays. Number two, I worked one day this week. The rest of the week, I laid in bed staring at the ceiling, crying, listening to music. I'm going through a lot, yeah, but I feel like it's just in the energy. But as I was saying before, Mom, don't get discouraged. This is what happens when the new year comes because you've been putting the work in, right? You've been learning about yourself. You've been coming in here. You've been spiritually elevating. You've been making positive changes. When you're doing all that, there has to be a downtime so the universe can start moving things and people into your life and out of your life to give you favor. And when that happens, it is emotionally draining because that's one of the only times where the universe actually takes from us, kind of peeking into our little hall of records to see what we need to happen next, what's going on with our chart, where are we moving? And then it has all this work to do to make sure everything goes the right way. I know that the holidays are also not the best time for you. You're missing a lot of people and I get that, but stay strong. Cry it out if you need to. You can always call me to talk. But cry it out if you need to. Let yourself release the emotions. Don't ever hold it in because it's not only really bad for you, like emotionally to hold stuff in because you could blow up. You could actually become physically ill from holding things in. Lou Capetta. Wow. Welcome. Mom, yeah, I got an emotional reaction from you when I was putting the Christmas decorations up. So I kind of knew that something was going on. You didn't say it and I didn't hear it, but through your text, I just got that you were very emotional. It's a big, major energetic shift coming in. And that's what I'm going to be talking about on Sunday with Wayne and Michelle over on UFO Paranormal Portal podcast. What CERN is doing, the timeline jumping we're all doing, the shifts in the energy. There is a lot going on spiritually around us that we don't necessarily see, but that our energy picks up on. So we're like, I'm depressed for no reason. No, there is a reason. You're energetically not in alignment because there's about to be major changes. Lou, it's so great to see you, by the way. Stranger popping in once every 7 years to say hi.
Okay, Mark, I gotcha. I totally blew that up. Mark, I gotcha. Your timestamp will be in the comments. Anthony, I did see you, bud. Hi, little Ant-Man. Okay, next is Anna.
I didn't see anyone named Anthony.
It's Ashley's son.
Oh, okay.
He was under her name, and he said it was me, Anthony, and I didn't get the answer. Well, I tried. I don't know if you saw it.
Hi, Anthony.
And Anna's next.
Yeah, and now I'm going to use the new deck Jules got me. There's no book, but the explanations are on the card. I love that because I can use these for the 1 minute readings as well. So guys, about the 1 minute readings, my last day of work until the 2nd is next Friday. Okay. So I'm going to have to do January love, January general, week 4 and week 1 of January all next week. It's going to be a little bit earlier than I would normally do it, but I've got to or it's not going to get done. Like I said, G-Eazy got me through the day. You guys probably don't listen to that, but there's a song by him called Had Enough, and there's another song called He and I, the song with him and Halsey. I just listen to them on repeat all day long. Every 120 years is a great reset, and we are past due. You're not wrong. I didn't know the exact timing, but I know it's every century or so. That is what's happening. That's why us empaths, light workers, seers, oracles, psychics, mediums, observers, people like us all around the world are feeling the energetic shift. But because we can't physically see it, if you're not in this community and you're not in tune with it, you're going to feel it hard. But I promise, after the new year comes, particularly coming into February, most of us, I can't say all of us because that's not possible for everyone in the world to feel this amazing, uplifting energy. most of us are going to be uplifted. Jules, okay, so that's why you didn't respond to me. I actually did it. I want to show it to you. I keep forgetting to save the one number for you. I probably sent it to the freaking wrong number. I'm so sorry. If you want to text me after stream, I will definitely get rid of the other two. So see, I have it there and I posted it on the 9th. I did send it, but I was wondering why it's not watched and why you didn't get back to me. Lou, thank you for that. If you guys support the shorts, they're what bring me in the most, views. My views are down. My revenue is down, but I also haven't been working as hard because I've been in a rut too. Okay, let me write that down, Miss Julie girl, and I'll send it to you right after stream tonight. I hit its head by accident. Hello, Mario. Welcome. All right. If you guys hear like a weird poop noise, that is my pen. So no. All right. I dropped a couple cards and I'm sorry. Just be patient. Mario, welcome. It's good to see you. I love seeing new people come in, hanging out with us and vibing and feeling the energy. All right. Let me pop these back together real quick and we will move on. These cards are so beautiful. And again, I was so overwhelmed this week by just all the gifts and Blue Crossroads. I opened today. I did it this morning. I opened the entire calendar because I didn't want to wait to the 25th to put everything up. I wanted to put all of the ornaments on my tree. And the last 3 days were these really cute. They were like this big. There was a red one, a gray one, and a pink one, gnomes. So I had to put those on there on my tree. So they're all on there. I had to. All right. What is happening? This deck is like freaking out on me. All right. Bear spirit, Miss Aunt Edna. Untamed spirit. Allow yourself to run wild and free as you explore your own, it says you own, fierce but gentle nature. And Edna, I feel like in all of the changes you've been experiencing, not just physically, but like energetically over the past few years that I've been reading for you pretty much every week, right? You have gone through this amazingly wonderful change where you're still a bad, you know what, but you're less confrontational about it, right? Like you give people more room. Whereas I'll use myself as an example. 10 years ago in addiction, I would literally fight you if you looked at me cross-eyed, right? But now, obviously, like I don't behave that way, right? Because I've come into this understanding of myself and of the world and of people and what grace is. And I feel like you have come to that understanding too, but you're still not going to take any poop from anyone. What this is saying is in the next 2 weeks specifically, it's great that you want to show kindness and show grace to everyone, even people who may have harmed you. Remember, forgiveness doesn't have to equal reconciliation, but we should always be forgiving for ourselves, right? For our emotional happiness, our emotional integrity. To maintain that. What I'm seeing here though, Anna, is that as usual, because this comes up all the time for you, you are obviously not being clear with somebody because I see this person all the time. I see a female energy and they're constantly like, I just see them like the way spirit shows it to me is like, they're constantly like hammering at you, obviously not literally, but like they're, and then you say something to them in kind of a polite way, but like just to let them know, like, I'm not the one. And they back off and then here they come again. And it's usually around the holidays, your birthday, even Halloween. I think we had the issue. You have to really put this person in their place. Okay. If you have to be mean, if you have to be rude, you can do that without yelling, screaming, and without laying hands on someone. Make sure you have people around in case the person becomes violent. But I do see a screaming match, a shouting match. And I do feel that even though that's bad for your energy in the moment, it's going to be very healing going forward. This person is not respecting your boundaries. And for whatever reason, even though you can emotionally detach and you can try to enforce those boundaries, you have to be around this person at least every once in a while. And I feel like the holidays are coming up. Again, it could be a man with a lot of feminine in the chart, but I do see a very bold female energy, someone that kind of thinks it's a game, like, oh, this is just a game we play. Like, no, you are fed up with their antics I feel like you've been too nice. You've been too kind. You've offered too much grace. And now this person is treating you with a lot of disrespect and just expecting you to take it. I feel like it's going to be shocking. Make sure, again, that you don't like allow yourself to become triggered into like physical violence, which that may or may not sound crazy, but I do feel a very strong, like, you're just so fed up. It is time to do more than offer grace and enforce a boundary with kindness and love. And it is time for you to really stand your ground, put your foot down, and put this mother flower in their place, because you're not taking any poop from anyone. Just a bother. I feel like there's something that's going to happen though. And I'm sorry for that. And as someone who has 6 years in recovery from heroin on the 21st, I will say that I know both sides of it. I've lost plenty of people to drugs, whether they died or we just don't connect anymore. But I've also been the addict taking people hostage, and I know how that feels, right? Either way, and I think that's what it is. It's okay to feel sorry for her, but I feel like you're feeling sorry for her is making it so that you're treating her differently than you would treat someone else in this situation. If anyone else talked to you that way or disrespected your boundary in that way, you would unload on them, and rightfully so. This person you've been gentler with. And unfortunately, it's not getting you anywhere. This person is, you said bother, I'm hearing buzz, buzz, buzz. I feel like it might end up hurting this person's feelings, which is going to then make you feel bad. But that's only in the moment. In the long run, you're going to feel a lot better when she stops hammering at you. She feels like she can unload her BS on you because you do feel bad for her. So she uses that kindness and that grace as a manipulation tool, manipulation tactic. And I feel like something is coming up. She's going to either do something, say something. I see you sitting, and I see you just pushing yourself up and just, you're going to lose it. But I think that's okay in this situation. She needs to hear this. I feel like your kindness, your comforting words, you're feeling bad for her, it's doing nothing but enabling her further. And I know you're not an enabler. I know you're not that type of person, but I feel like in this situation, you've been an enabler where you've allowed her to behave inappropriately or to behave badly, kind of like a poorly trained animal that like poops on your couch when the litter box is right there. And you've been like, oh, that's just how she is. Give her a break. She's an addict. She's gonna cross the line, and I'm just forewarning you, keep your composure. She seems like a person that would like call the cops, or someone to rely on your reputation. And to just be mindful of your energetic vibration when you're around this person, this woman, because she is going to push your buttons. And I feel like whatever she's doing, I keep hearing like, now you've gone too far, but like seriously, like now you've gone too far. Very, very tense energy. Like the pit of my stomach is in knots and my heart is pounding right now. You need to take care of it. It's okay to feel bad for someone, but you also have to remember they're a grown adult who made their own decisions. People can change. I am living proof of that. That was me. I was a manipulative liar. I was the worst person. The worst person. And I don't say that because I'm proud of it. I don't have shame over it because I've grown, and I understand, again, grace, but I know what that's like. And I also know what it's like to be around people like that who just don't care. Like they don't care that they're a liar, a cheater, a manipulator. Either help them or don't. Adam, what is up? Thank you for the beautiful donation. And yeah, we'll get to that. I can tell you before I read for you, you got to wait in line. And there's not that many people. I will tell you that that's been a common theme tonight. And you can ask Blue Crossroads, Ghost Dragons, Netter, a few people I've been talking to this week personally that I've been saying the same thing. I feel like I'm walking around in a fog. It is the energetic shift of the new year. But I will specifically get to your question when I read for you. So thank you for coming in hot with that donation. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, and it sounds like my little brother. Bless his heart. May you rest in peace now. Next is Cliff. And hello, Cliff. How are you today?
Let's see. Cliff, I'm going to use the Horror Oracle for you as well. Just for anyone new, if you'd like a reading, please put $2 American in my PayPal Cash App or Ghostdragonzw's Venmo, and or $4 to YouTube Super Chat or Super Sticker because YouTube takes half. So Mario says, the past few years I felt negative energy after me. It feels like a dark cloud over me sometimes. So Mario, here's the thing. And I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just talking. You're new. So that's why I want you to know that. I removed negative attachments from several people in here. A lot of the times that'll clear the fog, but you become so used to that those negative attachments, they're literal entities that will latch onto you, that will form a literal like cloud over you, right? You become so used to that once you don't have that anymore, you become even more confused and clouded until you spiritually align. So what you're feeling though right now is very, very common for people who are empaths, light workers, seers, any kind of cognizant, claircognizant, clairvoyant, clairglass. If you have ability of any way, in any way, you may not know if you do. If you stumbled in here and you choose to stay and listen, you probably could learn a lot from the chat. And more than likely, you do have some sort of ability. Nobody ever wanders in here and hangs out. Like some people wander and say hi and then they leave. When people wander in and they hang out and they ask questions and we talk to them, you will realize that you're different. You were born at a higher elevation. It doesn't mean better, a higher energetic level, which means people can't meet you where you are. And that becomes a very lonely, disorienting place until you know what you're dealing with. Oh, good. Yeah. So, being a massage therapist, I wouldn't say it's a good chance that anything could really stay attached to you for a long time. I mean, I don't know personally, but from what I understand, my knowledge of spirit, more than likely they come and go on you then. But I feel like what you're feeling, again, almost everyone in here, if not everyone in here, is also feeling that. It is a shift. The rebirth energy of the new year. Mario, can I ask your sun sign, please? And Cliff, I'm going to pull your card now. Yeah, and I still call it wet brain, and I get it. I really do. You got the card, Cliff, of suspicion. Baby Dragon says, being here is amazing for my mental health. This week has been a struggle badly, especially the last 2 nights, but I'm over being so damn emotional. Baby Dragon, that is exactly what I'm talking about. My mom, she gets emotional. She tells us she loves us all the time. My mom does not cry. Like, she is a tough woman. She said, like, I cried several times today and I don't even know where it's coming from. It's the energetic shift. It is something better coming in. It's you becoming more aligned. When your energy is all wonky like that, trying to move in the direction it's supposed to move in, it's kind of pulling you with it. You can become exhausted, brain fog, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, psychically, just, it's going to be that way, unfortunately, probably till mid-January, early February. Probably not as bad or as aggressive, but your emotions are kind of going with the flow of the universe, which is pulling a lot of us onto our destined paths. And that's a lot of work. Our subconscious is aware of it. Our superconscious is aware of it, but our conscious mind has so many other things to focus on during the day to be mindful of our energetic vibration every second. You, Mario, Baby Dragon, Mom, you guys are not alone. Like I said, G-Eazy got me through today. All right, Cliff, thank you for your patience. The card of suspicion. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, directed by Philip Kaufman in 1978. Don't be trapped by old concepts. You got it in the upright. There are times when it can feel like everything, those around us, even society at large, is changing at a disorienting pace, a cosmic disorder introduced to the way we thought life would always be. Holding on to our individual perspective can be exhausting, and the temptation to give in can be overwhelming. Is this new way of thinking really so bad just for being new? Upright, keep a wary eye on how things are evolving. I feel like you are breaking away from something or someone. You're breaking free. I feel like you're breaking free. All right, bye, Mike. Love you. Thank you for coming in. Of something. Either you agreed to something, you were contractually obligated to something. It's like you finally decided to speak your mind about something, or you will in the next couple of weeks. it's like you were going along, even though you didn't really like it, or you didn't like what you were seeing, or you didn't like what you were happening. There was something that you were just like maybe going along to try to make someone else happy, or going along because you thought it would make you money. There was something here that you really didn't want to do in the first place, or be involved in the first place, or sign in the first place, and you did. In the next 2 weeks, if it hasn't happened already, this is you saying, okay, like, I don't trust this, or I don't want this anymore. I don't want to. You are breaking free. You are going to piss someone, maybe more than one person, but definitely someone. I see them raging mad, like raging mad. Wow. This person is so toxic. I just keep hearing like, how dare you, and curse words and name calling. I don't know what this dynamic is, and I'm not judging you. Okay. I'm definitely not judging you. Stand your ground. Okay. I feel like they're going to, it's either a group of people or a person, whatever this is involving. It's like they're going to tell you that you're just afraid of trying new things. They're using this manipulation of like, you don't really understand the concept, or you don't. They're trying to make you feel stupid and small, and make you feel like if you're not on this bandwagon, if you're not going along with whatever this is, then, you know, it's a you thing, you know. Very, very, very emotionally manipulative here. Cliff, I would say keep going, go your own way. If you feel a negative vibe or energy off anything that you're doing, it doesn't matter if you already agreed. Okay, say you agreed to help someone move, and the day of the move, you just don't feel like it. This is small. Whatever's going on with you is much bigger than this, but I'm using this as an example. If somebody cares about you, you should be able to tell them that, and at least have a conversation. It shouldn't be like, you know, I really don't feel like helping you move today. Is there anything else I can do where I don't have to leave my house, or we don't have to use my vehicle? It shouldn't be like, well, you're not going to help me move. You're a liar. You're a piece of poop. I'm never speaking to you again. Bye. Right? If somebody cares about you, they should care about how you feel. I'm told all the time that if I'm upset about something, if I'm feeling bad about something, then it's a me thing, because it's my feelings. Even though the other person is the one making me feel this way, right? That's what's going on here. Mike, you are so loved. I hate when you're not in here, and I actually don't like when you have to leave, because you're fun, and I think of Thor every time I talk to you. So Cliff, stand your ground. Don't let anyone use emotional manipulation or blackmail. You are going in the right direction. Don't sign any major contracts. I don't even know if we're in a retrograde. I think there's one coming up, but that could also be the energy. And after I read for Cliff, I'm just going to check real quick on my computer right here. Cliff, this is not meant for you. Whatever this is, you've got to say no, break it off, tell people you changed your mind, walk away, because the further you keep going with this, not feeling right about it, the more off balance you're going to become. And then you're going to be nowhere near the path you chose for yourself. You are getting way off course into this toxic manipulation. Bitcoin pushers. That's how I feel. I feel like somebody is like belittling you for having an idea or an opinion. My sister, hey sis, I'm getting really worried about these drones. Our government can't figure out what they are. I'm thinking extraterrestrial. Everyone thinks I'm crazy. Let me message her back really fast. I'll do it publicly. Hey sister, so I'm in stream right now, doing Oracle, but I definitely have some ideas about that. If you want to text me tomorrow, I'd love to talk about it. We were talking about it in chat for a little bit. I have seen so many things, very dark, negative things, and I definitely believe a lot of it's extraterrestrial as well. And on Sunday night at 8 p.m., I'll send you a link. I'm going on a friend's show to discuss the whole thing and to discuss my knowledge of it. You're not crazy. It is happening. And even though a lot of it is now people who are aware of the drones, like playing games and trying to like end up on the news, like it's funny or a joke, there is a lot of otherworldly supernatural stuff going on as well. If you want to look up CERN, CERN, take a look at them. And you can come into stream, or I can talk to you tomorrow. Love you. Are you in New Jersey, Cliff? My sister doesn't hang out with people that are as connected as we are. They're great people, but they don't believe in a lot of this stuff. So my sister always messages me, because if I tell her she's being crazy, she'll believe me, right? That because she knows like I will know more than the average person. Cliff, I really hope this works out for you. You need to put your foot down, because I don't like the way this person is treating you. it's kind of like the thing with Anna, but with you for some reason, Cliff, like this person, it's the type of person I really don't like to be around. Like I just keep hearing the voice in my head, and I just know that I would hit this person in public if I were near them for more than 2 minutes. Get away, run far, far away.
Jules is next, and that's for these dreams, guys. I think it is the times. Everybody will have a different set of dreams. When I dream lately, it's been really weird. So one night during my time, I'll talk about it. So,
Blue Crossroads, I'm not going to say what they were, but he's been very patient with me. He asked me about some dreams that he had. I got the information for him from Spirit, but I've been so depressed I haven't wanted to talk. Ghost, you know that. I've been like, whatever, blah.
right.
Cliff, did you, and you may not have, I know not everyone in Wantage knows each other, but did you come in here because I know you in real life? Just curious, because my sister lives in the Wantage area. Baby Dragon, I do have some ideas about that based on who your dad is and what your dad is and how old you are right now. Not saying you're old, but I mean like your age. No, people start coming into ability once they come into this channel. You know that they activate. We've had people spontaneously activate in chat.
Oh my God,
yeah. So Baby Dragon, I'm not saying you should be worried, but I would start writing them down. Like when you wake up in the morning, write down like the first 4 things that come to your head and just leave it. And we'll go back to it in 2 weeks. And either you and I and your dad can talk about it on a video chat, or you and your dad, you need to get this out. You need to discuss it. A lot of people with clairvoyant ability right now are really struggling through nightmares, emotional breakdowns. It's because you're not, and it's no shade on you, because you can't work with something you don't know you have. But I feel like oh, I know who you are now, Cliff. Oh my gosh. All right, Baby Dragon. So you feel like you're losing your mind almost, like you can't focus, you can't function. Cliff, I think you texted me the one night about a reading, and then I tried to text back, but I have so many phone numbers for her. If you're the person I'm thinking you are, I just gave you advice against, and I'm like, I don't like that. I know who the person is, and that's really bad. That's really bad, because I love her more than anything in the world, but I don't like what I just saw. You know, regardless of who it is, I have to tell the truth. So. Mom, you know who Cliff is. I'll tell you privately. I don't want to blow up his spot, but that is so cool you come in here. I love that. I will definitely read for you.
Yeah, they've been here a couple times.
I know that I recognize the name now. I just realized who this person is. That's awesome. You're obviously more than welcome here.
Meet you at the Halloween party?
No. I'll explain to you afterwards who Cliff is. Yeah, I know she knows you. Hey, everyone's welcome. And I love that. Yeah, I love that. You know my sister and my family. I don't make judgments in here. And here I'm Gemma. I am an oracle and a friend and an advisor and a teacher. So yeah, it's killing me though, because I know who that reading was about now. And you know, whatever, I've got to be honest. Jules, thank you for your patience. What a gorgeous card. Oh my gosh. Okay. These stupid Halloween straws. Okay. Jules, fire elemental, ignite change. Look at that card. Burn away the old and forge a new path to face the world with purpose and determination. So, Jules, I feel like you've let so many people into your life, and this is probably true for most of us, who have used you and manipulated you in some way and kind of played on your good heart and your kind spirit. I feel like you're finally coming to a place where you're willing to accept that you deserve better, even if you're not taking those steps yet, right? Okay. I don't really want to say this, but I'm going to. So Spirit is like, she needs to say out loud things like, I am worthy, positive affirmations. I deserve better. I deserve love. I am a good person. I am beautiful. Those types of affirmations in the mirror. Nobody has to see you doing it. You don't have to tell anyone you're doing it, but I do think, excuse me, it'll be really good for your spirit. Okay. What I'm seeing now in the next 2 weeks for you, Jules, is this determination, and you may not feel it right this minute, but it is coming in, this determination to succeed, this determination to not let anyone walk all over you, to be the Jules that you were meant to be. You're no longer the scapegoat. You're no longer the one. It's okay. You know what? This is profound to me because it took me so long to learn this myself. It is okay to not be the person everyone can depend on. Right? No matter what you do, you don't owe anyone access to you. The universe is reminding you how powerful and amazing and beautifully made you are, no matter how you believe that happened, right? Whatever you believe in happens after we pass away, whatever you believe in that presides over us, if anything, there's no judgment on that. You know, hell wasn't meant for humanity. We all go to the same wonderful, beautiful place, regardless of our beliefs. And I feel like the universe is finally telling you, like, stop judging yourself. You do not have to please everyone. You don't have to give everyone your last. You don't have to put everyone first. And Smoochie, yes, it's okay to not be okay. Eris, okay, love you. I just feel, Jules, it's like awakening in you, and it's going to be small steps in the next couple of weeks, but the universe wants you to practice saying no, saying I don't want to do that, and really meaning it, and being okay with the other person's reaction. That's how you really get to know where you stand with someone. You know, when you can learn to say no and they can be okay with that. I think you have a lot of people in your life that the minute you say no, they either are or you fear they are going to abandon you. I understand that. I really do, from the bottom of my heart. I have terrible abandonment issues that I work through every day. This is your chance. There's something going on. I don't think it's that bad. I feel like there's something going on right now in your life that you don't want going on. Either somebody always asking for something, maybe someone living with you, someone taking you, asking you for things, someone taking from you. There's something here that's going on. Party. I want to be a part of the party. There's something here that's going on that you are not comfortable with. Either you never were or you're not now. So Jules says, honestly, I have two people in my life. I make it clear with those that I try to help that I will be the villain in the end, and I don't have a problem with it. Good. What I'm seeing, though, is for you to not even get it started, right? I don't think there's anyone around you right now. I don't mean like family members or people you're really close to, but as far as like background people that come and go in our lives, I don't feel like there's anyone around right now that deserves access to you or that deserves your time. I feel like the minute you say no or stand up for yourself to any of these people, they're going to go, and you should let them. We talked about you letting people stay with you. You're not going to do that anymore. You need to stand your ground. And I feel like the more you do that in the next 2 weeks, that you are going to be challenged in the next 2 weeks. Again, nothing crazy, but definitely challenging to stand up for yourself, to say no, and to not allow yourself to be manipulated in any way, shape, or form. You're going to be stepping into your power where you are finally starting to realize your worth. Not just realize it. I feel like you do know, but like to let other people know, I'm not going to be treated that way. And to be honestly okay. This is a hard one. To be honestly okay when someone walks away from you because you said no, or I can't, or I don't want to. That's the hardest part. Is to not like overthink and worry about it when somebody walks out of your life. Because I feel like with people like us, and I include myself, you're not alone. It's like even a random stranger rejecting us is like, what's wrong with me, right? And I wasn't the scapegoat. I was the hero child. But it all ends the same way. Right. And you have to get comfortable with saying no and with putting yourself first. And I do feel like that's a process. I feel like you've been working on it for a long time. And I feel like by the end of this year, it's going to really culminate into something huge for you, where you finally take that step forward and say, enough is enough. I'm not having this anymore. Done. And you mean it. And even if it bothers you and hurts you and you worry a lot about like the other person doesn't like me or this and that, you can work through that. You're not going to run back to them and say, you know what, never mind, I'll do it. Don't allow yourself. You are so much better than that. You know what they say? A bottle of water can be 50 cents at the corner store, $6 on a plane, $3 in a hotel minibar, or $1 on, the side of the road. The only thing that changes its value is where it is, where you're purchasing it from. So if you feel like you have no value, change where you are. And it doesn't have to be where you physically are. Change the people you allow in your space. You don't owe anyone access to you. I told you about that girl that was like talking all this poop behind my back, and I didn't even know like this was going on for months. She had been fighting with her boyfriend about me, and just because of the way I look. I had only said hi to her in my stream twice. And I did reach out to her, and I was polite and friendly, but I was firm. And since she had threatened to try and like start this whole war, like going to contact like your husband and I have kids on my Facebook. My mom's on my Facebook. I have other family members and friends. So when I blocked her, she got really pissed. And at first I felt bad because I wanted to be friendly to her so she would like me. Why do I need this girl who hates my guts simply based on how I look to like me? That was a big deal for me. And I'm only bringing this up because it relates kind of to does relate to what you're going through, or you will be. It took everything in me to block her and not care how pissed off she was. And she was pissed because she went to her boyfriend and said, well, if she wasn't guilty, if you guys weren't guilty of doing anything, she wouldn't have blocked me. Meanwhile, he's halfway across the country and I've never even spoken to him alone. Like never. Any conversations we've ever had, Ghostdragonzw was there. I didn't realize it then, but he was using Ghostdragonzw as a buffer so that his girlfriend couldn't accuse me and him of talking about something she didn't like, right? Psycho. So but my thing was, I don't deserve you don't deserve access to me. I don't owe you access when you've already threatened to contact family members and talk badly about me and lie, right? So obviously I'm going to block you. And you know what? It felt good. And I also thought it was funny that this person, like, I'm 41 years old. I have 5 kids. I'm married. I'm a soccer mom, and I belong to the PTA. And you're over here thinking I'm, just based on how I look, I'm too friendly. Well, go think that, right? Mom, have fun. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Sorry, guys. I have not figured out what I'm allergic to that I'm putting on my underarms yet. So I am itchy. I know it's gross. I'm sorry. Okay. No, it hurts. Like it burns and hurts and stings. And I don't know.
Just trying to make you more comfortable.
What it is.
The next is Nicole, but I don't know if she's still here. So let's go ahead and do Pixie. Melissa.
Melissa, Nicole.
Are you still here?
I'll timestamp her if not, because I know that sometimes she has trouble being able to stay on.
Yeah, and then go ahead and do Miss Pixie.
Mom, you're quiet until you get comfortable.
Yep.
And that's what I love, because you're comfortable. And that's okay. I love that. Miss Pixie, I am going to use the Raven's Wand Oracle. Oh, Jeezy, get out my head. Where'd Nutslap go? All right, Adam, we'll get you next, okay? Right after Miss Pixie. Adam might have to leave, so we're going to get him in, because I know I do talk a lot. My mom says I never shut up. She's like, you never shut up. But she doesn't understand. During the week, I don't talk to anyone but RJ. So when I get the opportunity to talk, I'm going to go for it. No, Netter, you did not get one yet. Okay, Latro, thank you so much. Hey, everybody, don't forget, I have a very high donation goal that we've been working on the last few weeks of $300 to finish up Christmas and to just have money for Polar Express and Great Wolf. We earned 17 last week, so that was good. And I agree. I really think that this is just an amazing group that came together. All right, let me get through this so that Adam can get his reading before he has to go.
Yes, we're going to do...
I'm doing Pixie.
Right, and then he'll do... Adam will be next. Excuse me, I'm having an issue. Adam, you're after her, so just stay put.
Pixie, you got taste before judging in the reverse shadow position. Family. Miss Pixie, lanterns inside the costumes cast beams like searchlights, almost as if seeking something out. Is there something lost in the dark that you need to root out? An answer, a strategy, or a bearing for the start of a journey? By all means, be clear about what you seek, but don't be so focused that you overlook what's lying on either side of the path. I feel like you're trying to manifest something here, Miss Pixie, but I don't know if you have like an actual grasp on the concept of what it is. So I'm always trying to manifest money. And I'm always told by my mentor, by other spiritual healers and people I get advice from, that you can't just be like money, because then you end up with $5, right? You have to put like a specific amount. To me, that sounds silly. Like, I want $1 million in my bank account. I feel like that's what it is. It's like, you know how to manifest, you know exactly what you want, but for some reason you're so focused on it that it's causing you to worry. And when you worry, you're not in a flow state, which means you can't just automatically accept what the universe is bringing in, and you end up putting a stop to it. Does that make sense? You are stopping your own progression into abundance by focusing too much on the lack. I always tell you guys, look around. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Look around and think in your head of 3 things you see in your room that are white. Go. Okay, now think in your head of the 3 red things you saw. You focused on the white because that's what I told you to focus on. You didn't even see the red, right? That's what this is, being apathetic. That will also stop manifestation in its tracks, right? And this is no judgment on you. I feel like that's the reason I haven't reached the successes that I want to, or that I aim for, that I work so hard for, is because I'm the same way. I'm very apathetic. I'm just like, if it happens, it happens. Like, I can't put in this work anymore. I get it. But Miss Pixie, the universe is trying to hand you something. The universe is trying to give you exactly what you want, but not in the way you expect it to come in. So I'm going to use money for an example. I know that's not your thing, but like, say I've been trying to manifest $1 million, and I think I'm going to get it by working 90 hours a week and bringing in donations and selling boxes. And like, eventually a year from now, I'm going to have X amount of money saved. And I have this whole idea in my head, when really the universe wants me to go out and play a lottery ticket where I'm going to win the 670 million, the New Jersey jackpot's at tonight. It's like something's coming in way faster and way different than you expect it to, than you're manifesting it. But because you're so focused on worrying about the manifestation, you're blocking the intuition that the universe is trying to give you. The universe is trying to give you a download of what you need to do exactly, but it's not going to look anything like what you expect. So what the universe wants you to do is just open up more, do everything you can not to worry, and instead of being apathetic, be sympathetic towards yourself. Focus on only the positives, turn everything around with a silver lining. And if you can't, toss it out of your mind. In the next 2 weeks, I feel like an answer is going to come to you of something you could tweak, do a little bit differently in order to bring this manifestation in, because you are in an abundance energy right now. I see it all over you, but your mind is in lack. And that's the problem. It's mismatching. You're over worrying. Do whatever you can, whatever you do to calm your spirit, to calm your mind, to bring down your energy, and just put yourself back into a flow state, because you're blocking it. Miss Pixie, you have to open up. I don't need to explain to you how to do that. I'm sure you have your own ways of doing that. You need to open up and ask the universe, what is it you're trying to tell me? What do I need to do? The answer is literally right here. And normally it would just come and go. You know, you're usually in that flow state, even with everything you're worrying about. You are overthinking this way too much, and you are far too doubtful. There's a necessary step you have to take. And I feel like if you just open yourself up during self-care maybe, and really listen, even if you take notes, write down things that come to you, you know how to do it. You're a lot of clair. You've got sentience, audience, you've got a lot there. Focus on it. Use your ability to see where you have to go next. Adam, I'm going to use the Oracle of Shadows and Light. Netter, I also think that's a running theme in this community as well. I know exactly what I want. I just I have no idea how I'm supposed to get it. I thought I knew how, but now I'm not so sure. Voodoo in blue. Back off. Adam, this is yours, card number 22. And if you could put your question up again so I can pop it on the screen, I would really appreciate it because I know I lost it. Unless Blue has it. I mean, Ghost. I'm looking at Blue's name. Voodoo in blue. Card number 22. I'm trying to do this quick, guys. Sorry. Do you have it, Ghost? Thank you so much, sweetie. I didn't mean to call you the wrong name. I was looking at his name on there.
No. I thought it was Mario that you were doing.
At least I didn't call you Poop Head.
Yes, I understand that, but I thought it was Mario that was leaving.
No, Adam said he has to leave. Mario,
I
don't know.
I just had him mixed up. You're good.
And I'm not sure if he paid. So, all right, Adam. This fairy is letting you know that it's time to back off from a person or situation that is not in your best interest and that you may need to be brave and stop being so welcoming of what you actually do not want. Guys, listen up. This pertains to a lot of you here. So this blue fairy waving her voodoo doll is letting you know very clearly that you now must tell someone to take a few steps back. You know you've been overriding your instincts with what seems rational, with misguided desire to help and befriend someone who may not be particularly good for you. Jules, I want you to listen. Excuse me. The first snow had me wanting to go out and use really bad. Voodoo in blue doesn't mind if she looks a bit nasty when she gives the back off message. She'd rather she was loud and clear and that person pushing her buttons leaves quickly. So she wants you to start trusting your instincts, to start valuing being honest above being nice. You do feel like you need to stay away from someone and to tell that person clearly that they need to stay away from you. And Voodoo in blue stepping forward to speak with you, confirms that your hunches have been ever so right. Voodoo in blue speaks to you. You are doing so well right now that you might begin to attract some attention from people who are quite simply opportunistic. And you're being very kind and wanting to help. And so I'm going to step in and give you a very clear warning. I don't mind if I look like the bad guy. What matters is that you get the message, Adam. Time to do a little stay away magic. And while I won't be sending them bad thoughts, after all, there are no pins in my voodoo doll, you, if you take my advice, won't be asking them to come around for tea anytime soon. Your feelings are right on this one. You know what to do. Don't get involved and don't be bullied. You may have to snarl too a little to get them to stay away. Divination message. You need someone to back off right now and give you space. You're not liking them. You're not welcoming them. And you need to be very clear and very straight about that, despite all of your desires to be a loving and lovely person. Jules, this is so you too, baby girl. Detach, Adam, from whatever it is that's giving you so much, well, grief by asking whatever and whoever it is that's irritating you, draining you, or pushing your buttons on purpose to leave you be for the moment. Be respectful and kind and cool at first. But if good intentions are mistaken for a new invitation, be very clear and say, away. Stop being so quote unquote nice that you send very mixed messages. It is vanishing time. I have this lingering brain fog. Okay, so about the brain fog, I just want to say, like I said before, that is happening to all empaths right now. You're going to have high emotion. You may find yourself crying. Reminiscing on the past is a big one for a lot of people. I was in 2011 all day today. That is perfectly normal. It will pass, yes. And one of the things that's going to help it, Adam, you may know who this person is and you may not. They may be an energy that's coming in, and that's why everything's so foggy. I've said this many times tonight. It's a motif. It's like a running theme here tonight. Someone is opportunistic. They think you have something that they want, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to get it, including manipulate you. I feel like normally you would see someone like this coming from a mile away, but because the brain fog, feeling, really out of touch, I would recommend a grounding exercise. Wake up in the morning. Don't go on social media. Don't even touch your phone unless you have to see what time it is. Otherwise, don't touch your phone for 1 hour. If you're not the type of person that can go out in the, early morning, go for a walk, I totally get it. But at some point before you hop on your phone, go outside with your bare feet in the grass and touch grass. I know it sounds strange, but that's the message that I'm getting. You need to reground, recenter yourself in the universe. Feel your feet touching the bare earth. Remember where you came from and that you deserve better. protect your energy. But right now I see your energy as like, it's just like everywhere. And that's, again, that's the brain fog. You're out of focus. Good. An hour without your phone in the morning or more, but an hour whenever possible. Okay. Baby dragon over here keeps zoning. I mean, it's happening to all of us. Please make sure you ground. I'm saying in the morning, but I'm specifically seeing you under moonlight. Okay. So sunlight, moonlight, whatever. Definitely do that. If you love nature, take a walk in nature. I feel you disconnecting from technology for whatever reason is and clear the brain fog. Coming in could be connected to social media.
Gemma, you're breaking up, baby.
My wife
You're breaking up real bad.
Are we better? Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Are we good?
It looks like we are. You're still a little fuzzy, but we can hear you now.
As long as you can hear me.
Well, it's jumping. It's real juggly. It's still going in and out. You are definitely being interfered with. Yeah, it looks. Try talking now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to say this quick, then I'm going to back out and come back in. Adam, okay. Last thing, I feel like this manipulative person could be coming in through some sort of social media, some email connection, being connected from a friend. That's why I see you unplugging. Guys, let me go out and come back in. Evil Grim, hold that thought. Sorry, guys.
It's all right. We got you. I'll be right here. Yeah, she's having issues. Wow. I know a lot of you are. I've been having them when I first came on, but they're not too bad now. Let's see if she can go and come back. She froze. Yep, she froze. Let's hope that helps. That's wild. Yeah, she's... Nope, you're still there, aren't you? There we go. Hopefully she comes back. We shouldn't have any problems. Bear with us. Happens. Got all those drones flying around. I don't think it's drones. They've had some weather, so it could be anything. Yeah, she froze. She was having issues. I was having issues when I first tried to get on before stream. I don't know what I did to fix it, but I fixed it. So, yeah, I don't think the drones are messing with it, but you never know. Excuse me, her internet's kind of sometimes anyway, so here she comes. We'll see if she has any problems. Sometimes it's a matter of just rebooting. There you go.
It wouldn't let me leave.
I know, I saw that. You would you'd freeze and then you'd come unfroze. I'm like, what? Yeah.
If you guys notice, as soon as Evil Grim came in, I started being interfered with. Evil Grim on Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be over on Michigan UFO Paranormal Portal podcast with Wayne and Michelle. Yeah, Mom, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm from Northern New Jersey. I've seen a lot more than drones. I'm a medium. I'm an empath. I'm a knower. I'm an intuitive. And I've seen so much. I want to talk about all that. I want to talk about CERN. I want to talk about the Pyramid Code. I want to talk about the drones, the UFOs, all of the sightings and all that. I'm going to do that on Sunday night. Yeah, someone unthawed me, please, guys. I have this song in my head. Solar flares. And I also wanted to check really quick. I know you guys usually aren't in a rush. When is the next Mercury retrograde? 2024. Okay. There is one in Sagittarius this year. I just have a feeling with the high emotions. I just want to see. No, I don't want to choose 3 cards for free. Okay, let's check this out. It might have already passed or it might be in the ending of it. Come on, I don't want to get a tarot reading. The 26th of November through the 15th of December. I knew it. We're in a retrograde, guys. High emotions, brain fog, not knowing which way is up or down. Melissa, we did call you, but don't worry about it. We put you to the side. I was going to do a timestamp for you anyway. Blue, I agree in a way, but I do feel just intuitively from what I'm seeing right now around me that there is a lot of entity interference. So not necessarily the drones, but there's a lot going on. Yeah, Smoochie, I've seen them. What I thought was they're mainly in southern New Jersey, and I spoke too soon because then I started seeing them, and I've started seeing much more, as I said. So I am going to discuss that with Wayne and Michelle on Sunday. I promised them I'd keep a lot of my insight to myself until then. But Evil Grim, welcome. Why do I know that I know who you are?
He's the one we talked to and interviewed, didn't he?
Okay. Yeah, I knew the name. I'm just like, I know that person. Have they been seen all over the world? So far, I've only seen in New Jersey, and that's why so many people have been reaching out to me like, hey, what's going on? Have you? Okay.
Yes. Okay. You finished your one, right? For Adam?
I finished Adam, yes.
Okay, go ahead and do Baby Dragon. And then Divine is next.
Okay. Miss Pixie, yes. If I remember, and I'll make a note, I am going to send you the link. I had to miss my reading with Divine. I was so upset. I'm also going to share on my community tab, guys. But Laura, if I remember, I'll just send you the link right to your phone. But I'll post it on Facebook because I'll have to send it to my mom anyway. Don't think so. I got through 80 chat on my phone. People are scared. They're flying right over them on the highway. Oh my God, don't say that. Ray and RJ are out right now. Life with Bobby, you know, they say if you look up often enough, you'll start to see things. But it's getting, you know, a lot of people do. I want to talk about it with the CERN connection. There is a connection there, not with all the drones. I think a lot of it right now, because they're being seen everywhere, is hoaxes. People wanting to be on the news like, oh, there we are. They don't know what we are. Haha. But yeah, Miss Pixie. So I have it right here on a sticky note to send the link to your phone. If I still flake, just keep an eye on Facebook, but I should remember it's literally right here. You're by a military base. Yeah, guys, I tell you all the time. And Miss Pixie, before I go further, who am I reading for?
My daughter, Baby Dragon.
Oh, I was going to say Miss Pixie, Baby Dragon. Before I read for you, I just want to say, like, think about the beginning of time till now. How many portals have been accidentally opened and purposely opened? People using Ouija boards, people, you know, tampering and messing around with, you know, witchcraft, voodoo. I mean, think about it. There's not even probably a number high enough for how many portals. Then we have ley lines. We have liminal spaces. Something is shifting. The world can only take so much of being ripped. And when we have portals and we have time, you know, timeline jumps, well, timeline jumps are more spiritually natural, but you know, again, ley lines, all those things, it's ripped in the reality, in the fabric of our reality, and we can only take so much. Not to mention the terrible things that are let in. Anything in spirit that's on the other side, that's bright and of the light, can come and go as they please. These other entities are what come through. Not all the time bad, but definitely not angelic or of the light, not guides or anything like that. Oh my gosh. There's a Smoochie. There's a golf course somewhere around here where Trump plays golf, and I know that several were spotted over there.
He also owns a home up there somewhere too.
Yeah. You gotta remember, he's from New York, so he's right here. And I live in a very nice area of New Jersey. I don't live in Patterson anymore.
Yeah,
Netter goes, I looked that place up. It's not very nice. He's like, it's one of the worst places to live in New Jersey. I'm like, yes, I know. I still love it, though. I love it. Love Patterson. Can't go there, but I do love it. All right. Baby Dragon, shameless sensuality. Uh-oh. Hey, Peppa. Browns Mills. Is that in Jersey? Baby Dragon, to be sensual is to gratify the senses and physical self, but not exclusively in a sexual manner. So we're not talking about sex here. Everybody can calm down. This dragon phase message is twofold. The first is to ask you if you're looking after your spiritual needs. Your body is Your body is a tool of pleasure. I'm so sorry. Learn how to use it and learn how to use it by yourself. When you know what you like and what brings you pleasure, give it to yourself without shame. I'm so embarrassed right now. Here we go. Let's move into something that isn't sexual. Baby dragon, you will feel more confident to share what you like with others. Learn what makes you feel good and what you desire. And again, this doesn't have to be in a sexual manner. It's just about standing up for what you believe in. And I had to read one to my mom like this one time. I get it. And
how do you
really
think I feel? I'm our dad sitting here listening.
I know. That's why I said I'm very uncomfortable. It's about knowing what you want and not being afraid to speak up to be able to get it. Again, it doesn't have to be sexual. It's just about life. You are kicking butt in the bakery department, right? And we're all so proud of you. That's because you wanted something and you went for it and you didn't give up until you got it. You believed in yourself. You worked hard. And before I even finish reading this card, and I hear the universe just telling you, like, do that all the time. Do that with everything. I know. After trying so hard to move on, I had to read one for my mom one time. It was so your second message is that you employ your senses with intent and learn from your experiences. Fill your world with experiences that bring you pleasure, like achieving your goals and succeeding in the things that you really want. We're taught, again, to, that we're very selfish if we don't give the shirt off our back, or if we don't give someone our last dime, or, how dare we? No, like, we worked to buy the shirt. You know what I mean? We work hard for that dime. So we have to make sure that we have, and our families have first. I know, I'm trying, Anna, please. I'm trying.
It's like, bake that cake, baby. Bake that cake.
Steven's face is just, so wear your favorite article of clothing, something that feels nice on you, that you feel confident in. Explore your senses and create sensory memories that inspire one of those smiles that makes people curious to learn your cause. This is like, you get more flies with honey, but who wants flies, right? This is you not having to suck up or kiss butt, but kick butt, because you know what you're doing and you know what you want now. The universe is saying, okay, you, Peppa, right? You're a wizard of timing. I am happy to see you, though. Next step is becoming LLC in a bakery food truck. Baby dragon, yes. And that's probably why the universe is pushing this on you. It's like, you did it, and you did all of this because you believed in yourself and you worked hard, and you were in a mindset of abundance, whether you realize it or not. Excuse me, because we only succeed when we're in a mindset of abundance. You may not know that, Jesus, but you can't succeed when you're in a mind of lack, because the constant worry, the constant focus on the negativity, no matter how hard you try. This is the universe telling you to go for it. Go for your next goal. Go for your next dream. And if anyone questions you, like, if nobody's putting money into this and nobody's like partners with you, nobody has the right to question you, tell you what to do, or even give advice. People might offer well-meaning advice, but those types of people that like always have something to say. I catch myself. I do it, unfortunately, to my husband a lot. Like, I'll get very passive aggressive with him. And even though a lot of the time I feel like he deserves it, I don't want to be that person. But sometimes you just can't help it, because being straight up, like, I feel like someone's trying to give you unsolicited advice, or somebody is making you feel uncomfortable with your goals for some reason. It's because they're jealous. They're jealous of what you've accomplished. And you may not see that. You may be like, there's no way. I'm telling you, there's a part of them that didn't accomplish something they wanted really bad, and now they're trying to take it away from you. Beware of people giving unsolicited advice or trying to, feed you this false narrative. You can be successful. Look what you did. That is amazing. I'm jealous, just not in a negative way. You've inspired me to do things that I put off to the side because I didn't think I can do it. And it's like, look at her. If she can do that, I can definitely do this. That's not an easy thing to do. It took a long time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy, a lot of aggravation, but you persevered. And again, so proud of you. At the same time, though, don't let anyone take it, baby dragon. Multifaceted Jules, ask it, and the next time I have a second, I will be more than happy to answer. My first
Divine is next. Are you still here, Divine?
She might have had to go to her meeting. She might have had her meeting.
Huh?
She might have had her meeting.
That's true too.
I believe she has Alan on it.
That's fine. I'll put her on hold and we can decide what to do. Excuse me. Okay, Davy crotch kick.
I don't think that person was serious.
Yeah, but they're a member.
Are they? They might have been accidentally gifted and popped in. So Davy crotch kick.
If you want to one, you can let me know. And that's it. You're done. Other than Nutter. So go ahead and do Nutter.
All right. Guys, please don't forget to donate. I need money, like, desperately. So anything you guys can give. Like I said, I have a $300 goal to cover Polar Express and Great Wolf, not to mention to finish up Christmas. I have gotten a lot of help. I got a pretty big chunk from one person. It was weird. He never even comes in here, but I do talk to him every once in a while in the comments and stuff, but I still need that extra little bit. I literally don't even have $10 to buy myself pods. Just saying, because I'm working, if you guys have extra, definitely donate. PayPal, Cash App, or Ghostdragonzw Venmo, okay? I don't like asking. It's embarrassing, so I'm just going to breeze right past that. I will have a working contract soon, and my book, Gone Mysterious Disappearances, Volume 4, I will be handing into my publisher next Friday. All right. New England Dirt Roadie. Yeah, I'm doing yours now. Thank you, Peppa. Peppa, I changed a couple of the rules here. If you're not a member, if you pay $2 to my PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo, or $4 through YouTube Super Chat Super Sticker, then you may get a reading. Nobody gave me extra tonight, so I'm not doing extras. But if you want a reading, feel free. Just let me know that you put the money in. Yeah, Netter, I got you. I'm right here. So who are we timestamp? We got Casey, Lotus Girl, Melissa Nicole, and Divine Empathic, right?
Yep.
Okay, I don't want to miss anyone that I promise. Guys, the song He and I by G-Eazy and Halsey has been living rent-free in my head all day. Multifaceted Jules, I didn't see what you're saying, but when I'm done with Netter's reading, I will go back and read it and respond. What happened to what card? Like someone said in the beginning, Grim, be sure to grab your worst camera. Black Dragon! Thank you, sir. I also have to read for Black. All right. Netter, you have the courtesy card. Oh, Miss Pixie, that brought some groceries. When you told me don't worry about it, the first thing I did was go out and buy groceries. Again, I don't like asking you guys. Like when I had that contracted job, I never really asked. I put readings at like a super low price. I hate it. I want my YouTube channel to not be about money. Right now, though, I'm not in that position. But yeah, as soon as you said don't worry about it, I was like, cha-ching, groceries, and thank you so much, obviously. And again, that's why I don't like asking too, because all of you contribute in your own way. Even if you've never given money or given a gift, showing up every single week, leaving comments, participating in the group, that lends to the energy. And I don't want anyone to ever feel bad when I talk about donations, because that's not where I'm coming from. Divine, I was going to timestamp you, but I'll read for New England Dirt Roadie, and then I'll do yours right away before I move into timestamps. Netter, you got the card of courtesy, thoughtful, polite, and good manners. Card number 38. Interesting. Oh, really? YouTube, you know what they do now too? They give you this thing for like a goal where I can set a goal of I want 50 teal super stickers at $5 each. And I'm like, I don't want to put that kind of pressure on people. Like I'd rather just mention it. And then if you guys can help, you can. And if not, you know, whatever. New England Dirt Roadie, the vampires speak. One thing we are known for in the main is our exquisite manners. Although this little vampire has no need for food, she has made sure her guests are going to be provided for with the sweetest of treats for her moonlight feast. So know that we think of your needs. Manners we do have. Manners are not simply a facade to veil our cruelty or the terrible hunger that creates that cruelty. Manners are a way of gracefully doing what must be done to smooth the difficulties we all must face and to create beauty amongst days that can be full of crude squalor. Having manners is to think of others' comfort and What will please them? This card we bring to you this day speaks to you of the need under the current circumstances to speak the truth, but to do so with grace and diplomacy and the least offense possible. Did I read for Nutslap? This means to work out what it is you wish to achieve in the forthcoming discussions and how to best appease the offense, which has already flared. I think I did, right? With manners, diplomacy, and thoughtfulness, you may still navigate this treacherous stretch of your life. It is worth being kind, truthful, but also graceful. In many of the nations in which we have traveled, we have noticed that in those which have manners, gracefulness, and dignity, there is a great deal of honor, and there is often harmony amongst people living in even the most difficult and testing of circumstances. Didn't we talk about this? When you have grace, it's easier to wake up, and even if you're in horrific circumstances, it's about who you are. Once you understand that other people's actions literally have nothing to do with you, that's when you understand grace. And it's a hard concept, not really to learn, but to like latch onto. Manners are not insincere within themselves, although they can be when used to mask hostility, but the crime there is hypocrisy. The time has come to marry up grace with truth and consideration. Use the beautiful magical gift of your good sense and your charm and watch doors open and problems dissolve with newfound understanding. Blessing, thinking of others creates flow, and the energy shall return to you to the power of 3 by 3. Beauty and grace create harmony and social interactions. Thoughtless actions can impede the flow of energy, waste time, and create negative potential. It may seem strange, a vampire speaking of manners, when they so often have been known to take life, but they have often not done so, and they have also made friends and allies amongst those who were once opposed to them. This is because they are charming, their manners are often delightful, and they are able to speak with heart and truth, but to see the beauty within all and the need to and all the need and address that. Learn manners for the new places you're going and be courteous as well as truthful. What?
I'm freezing now.
So New England Dirt Roadie, if you have to go out, that's fine. New England Dirt Roadie, I don't think that this is saying you're a rude person. I know for a fact you're not, personally, because we've become pretty good friends in the last year or so. But what I would say here, Netter, is there's something going on with you, I feel, where I feel like there's a conversation you want to have and you don't really know how to go about it. Do you remember the other night when we were talking about the Galactic Federation of Light, and you said something, and then a second later you're like, "Oops, that was offensive. That was rude." I just feel like you're very truthful. You're very honest, and I feel like there's a situation coming up, like a conversation you need to have or you want to have, where I feel like you're worried that you're going to come off wrong, right? So you could be, at a job interview or asking someone on a date or giving advice to someone, to a friend. I know you say you don't have friends, but you do. I'm your friend. People in here are your friend. You could reach out to most of us at any time, day or night. But Netter, just be who you are. Just remember in the back of your head that the person you're dealing with is very sensitive. I feel like this person comes off as like very confident, like they've got it all together. But I feel like whatever you want to say to them definitely should be said. I feel like the advice is good. I feel like there's some idea here or something. I just feel like you've got to watch, not that you can't be truthful and honest, but remember, honesty should never be brutal, right? When people are like, let me be brutally honest. No, unlearn that, right? Be careful the way you word and phrase things in a situation that's coming up. I don't really think you're going to alienate anyone. I just feel like you could come off wrong. And I feel like in the situation, again, it could be like a job or, getting to know a neighbor. In the situation, it would be really bad if someone's impression of you was that, yeah, you're an okay guy, but you're kind of rude. I also feel like you've got to watch of giving off like an air of superiority. I feel like you're a Sagittarius sun, right? You are and a man at that. So you're confident. You know what you're talking about. At what you want, it's black and white, but the person you're dealing with sees in gray. So I feel like you can have a great conversation or give awesome advice or take advice from this person. I just feel like it's a great bond, a great friendship. Just keep in the back of your head for the next 2 weeks that this person is not all they're cracked up to be. Not in a bad way, though. I just see sensitive. Like, I see you speaking just normally how you do, and someone like crying. I don't know. Maybe it's your parents. You know what I'm saying? just be extra sensitive in all of your dealings, regardless of who it is. I guess even with me, even though like, I'm not that sensitive anymore. In the next 2 weeks, I do feel like maybe an opportunity for a job or again, meeting a neighbor or something like that is going on. Just watch that you don't end up being brutally honest, right? And keep in mind, some people see in gray as well as black and white, and some people see a whole rainbow of colors. You see in black and white, and that's perfectly fine. But I feel like you've made a rainbow friend. Not that kind of rainbow. I mean, as in seeing a rainbow friend. I feel like this, I don't know. I feel like this could be like maybe your parent. I don't know. I'm not really getting much more. Just be careful that you don't hurt someone's feelings inadvertently. Because I feel like this friendship or this relationship or this job or whatever it is, it's pretty important to your future. Like something that's going to be offered or something that's happening in the future. You don't want to alienate this person. Again, I think that's why I keep seeing job, because like if you come off as unfortunately rude or aggressive, the person's obviously not going to hire you. That's the scenario I'm getting, even though it's probably not that. All right, Jules, I'm going to try to get as much of this as I can. Divine, I will read for you. I'm going to try not to take too long. So I have no worries about law enforcement. I trust them and I have faith that they're here to protect me. However, he's a loose cannon. I don't know what he's capable of and frightens me. He claims he was on the force for 14 years somewhere, but I haven't been able to find record. It's not that easy to look up former officers on Google. He states it was in Lapel in Edgewood, Indiana. Find no records. Jules, is this the guy that has been like pushed? I'm trying to find the beginning of this. Okay, I found the first one. I do have a very serious question. Former officer remind me often that they have many friends still in the force, making it clear that they will make me pay if I abandon them. Okay, so I wish I would have known that before I read for you. You do need to stand your ground, obviously. And I feel like in this, I know that there's fear involved, right? Thank you, Blue. I just want to acknowledge it before I move forward with Divine. I know there's fear involved, but all I keep hearing is call their bluff. That's literally the first thing that popped into my head. Call their bluff. Record them saying those things if you can. This person is toxic. This person is dangerous. This person is very dangerous. I'm literally seeing a wolf in sheep's clothing. Like that is the image. Jules, I actually kind of fear for you. I'm getting a very reckless, possibly violent energy. Even if you haven't seen that side, I feel like you should do your best to surreptitiously record anything that you can. Be careful. I would recommend you call the police and say you're being, I understand how that might make things worse though. You've really got to tread carefully. I would love to maybe talk privately about this. Unfortunately, tomorrow I won't be around, but maybe text me Sunday. I'm going to text you your reading tonight. It could have something to do with this. There's a violent energy here. And I don't usually get this, but it could end dangerously for you. I do keep hearing call his bluff. All right, Divine Empathic. I can't wait for our reading, by the way. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you and your daughter to see the gifts I got. I waited 2 extra days because I decided to put 1 extra gift in there and I had to wait for it to come. All right. Divine Empathic Tarot. Guys, don't forget, leave a comment, even if it's an emoji. If you want to joke around, my poop pen, because you guys always make fun of me for saying the word poop. That nutslap got me. Like I said, my son saw it and made me pretend that it was me every time I hit the button. So my 6-year-old got a kick out of it. But I kept it because it's like us, you know. It's something to do with stream. And I thought it was really cute. So Nutslap, if you're still listening, thank you. Oh, Divine Empathic. No, you helped me so much by ordering one of those boxes. They're not cheap.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to get a reading from her too.
Tonight?
Well, I'm going to let her know next week.
Oh, I thought you meant me. I was going to say,
no,
we don't have to put that in here.
If you want to give me one, you can, but I'll leave that up to you.
Beauteous Freedom, card number 23, my favorite number. Yeah, I'll give you one quick. I know you don't get your personals all the time because I get so behind, and I know you're not going to like get mad, but I was planning on hopefully doing one for you for January or February. March 1st, guys, I'll be the big 4-2. All right, Divine, admit your feelings, be yourself, and find your path. Beauteous freedom is on the horizon for you, but in some significant way, you're not quite free. Not yet. You have been running from something, a deep pain that you don't want to feel or haven't had the time or space to safely feel in the past, or you have been so focused on succeeding or surviving that you've been ignoring the wild spirit that is absolutely vital to who you are. In some cases, you may be experiencing an addiction. Again, this doesn't have to be your energy. Take it as it resonates. You could be dealing with an addict. That addiction may have been born out of a desire for freedom, but now it only serves to keep you captive to its demands. There could be someone relapsing around you. Just watch for that, okay? Again, it doesn't have to happen. These readings can change on a dime because of the collective and timeline jumping and all those other things. But it is possible that someone around you is about to relapse or did. In other cases, you may have locked down your creativity, desires, and sense of adventure. You may be limiting your food intake in a harsh manner, or refusing to allow yourself any relaxation, playfulness, wildness, or fun. Maybe you have an idea about what it means to be a good person, and that idea doesn't include your natural irreverence, wanderlust, curiosity, or rebellious spirit. Tell me about it. But you need live this way no longer, Divine. Now's the time to get honest about how you are perpetuating your own personal imprisonment. Then make the changes that will free you. Step out of your self-imposed confinement. Question your ideas about what it means to be bad or good. Where did they come from? Are they realistic? And how are they keeping you enslaved? Everyone is mean sometimes. Everyone's greedy, jealous, awkward, petty. Everyone occasionally wants something they can't ever have. And everyone often wants things they can have that won't hurt anyone for them to enjoy. Release all shame about sharing in these universal human experiences. Stop trying to rise above them. Ignore them or use them as reasons to emotionally isolate yourself, elevate yourself, or deny yourself love. Divine Empathic, your beauteous freedom is a fundamental part of you and is accessible to you now. Tap into the energy of freedom and allow it to guide you in finding your way back to yourself. Yeah, I believe even if he didn't fall full blown back into addiction, I feel like he slipped up or is about to. And I feel like that's what's affecting your beauteous freedom, so to speak, because now you have all of these additional worries piled on top of it. And you were just starting to become more independent and become more free and to kind of cultivate this relationship with him that you didn't have to have. You could have completely cut him off from her and from you and moved on. And you're trying to do the right thing for your child. And I respect that and admire that and love that so much. But what this is saying is you don't always have to be Mrs. Nice Girl. There are times when you do have to maybe get a little nasty, not to physically hurt anyone or purposefully emotionally damage someone. But if you're just speaking the truth, the phrase "the truth hurts," it's so real, because if you're just speaking the truth, even if you're adamant, if you're agitated, if you're a little bit meaner or more edgier than you normally would be, the universe is telling you in this situation that's okay, because you sacrifice things to cultivate something here. And someone else is just coming in and running roughshod right over it and expecting you to just deal with it. Okay. You are, and then you're going to say something and stand up for yourself and say what you need to say, maybe not be so nice, and then turn around and feel guilty about it, even though you were in the right. Sometimes you're in the right when you're being mean, when you're dealing with dark spirits, when you're dealing with addicts, unfortunately. Again, I know what that's like on both sides of the spectrum. You're allowed to get angry. Righteous anger is a thing. Remember I talked about toxic positivity? Pretending like everything's fine when your world's falling down around you or when someone's mistreating you. Get angry. Allow yourself to feel those feelings. Stop telling yourself that it isn't nice to yell or scream when someone freaking deserves it. If someone walked up to you right now and punched you in the face and knocked your tooth out, do you think the universe, God, whatever you believe in, expects you to stand up and say, that's fine, and walk away? No. I know some people in the comments are going to be like, well, Jesus said turn the other cheek. We're not having a religious conversation. We're talking about actual righteous anger, being a human being. Divine, you have to let yourself get mad. And you have to let that anger move you to say what you need to say for once and for all. And give an ultimatum if necessary. If it's not him, someone did. Somebody here slipped up. And I know you don't use drugs or alcohol. You know, I know you don't, I know you're not the addict, but the energy is attached to you. Somebody effed up somewhere. You're allowed to get mad. Let it fuel what you do next. Again, not to be physically violent or do anything to hurt somebody. I'm feeling like you're flustered. Like, I'm so mad I can't even get the words out. That's okay in this situation. You have to do what's right for you and your daughter. Okay? People, adults make choices. That's it. I'm still yapping. Yes, sir. Nut slap. Somebody came in and their name was Davy Crotch Kick. And I was like, wow, he's almost has as good a name as my nut slap. My nut slap. Divine, yeah, I'm glad it does. It's okay to not be nice when someone is being an a-hole. And I know it's like that seems like such a simple concept until you're in it, right? And when you're an empath and you feel bad for sticking up for yourself because you don't want to hurt the other person's feelings, meanwhile they're terrorizing you, right? You got this. You're allowed to feel what you feel. Let it fuel what you do next. Black Dragon?
Yep. And then timestamps.
Black Dragon, I'm going to use Black Moon Lilith. I'm not freeing you, sir. You're another one that's going in the basement. Multifaceted Jewels, and I don't want to make you more nervous or give you more anxiety, but I do feel like you have to do something. Hopefully Blue can help you. This could end like in a very dangerous way, like physical violence or worse. This is very stalker. It's Ted Bundy energy. I'm not joking. I'm not trying to be cute. It is making me very uncomfortable. The things that I'm seeing, like, it's so graphic, like him smashing through a window to like get to you. Like, I don't know. I please try to find a solution or let us help you if we can. Yeah, give the devil an inch, he'll take your soul. I mean, he has an idea of you, right? And even if you were to accept him, I know this from experience, right? It's been like almost every relationship I've ever had. Once he gets to understand that you're human and you're not the cure-all for his mess, he's going to turn violent towards you. Black Dragon, what do you mean? You're going down there too. I'm taking y'all. All right, Black Dragon, I'm using Black Moon Lilith. Yeah, he definitely has this idea of you as a perfect, on a pedestal. This is red flag narcissist, only unfortunately this is a violent narcissist. Okay, so you got the nodes of the moon. Card number 32, release, clear, and align. Good night, Divine. Love you. Yes, I will see you on Friday. Absolutely. I'll build more space. My dungeon of men. Ladies, welcome to. All right, card number 32. Let me focus.
Hey, they're not allowed past my cave entrance. The cave. I have
it in my blotter underneath my computer, which is why I didn't know the date off the top of my head, but it's there. I will be there for sure. Yeah, Ghost Dragon has his own room. The rest of you guys have to chill in the living area. Just until we expand. I would love that. I wish that I had my beach house. Once I get my beach house, you guys have open invitation to come and hang out. Evil, that's great. Might have to off someone. Already the violence. Yeah, Mom, it feels bad, right? It feels like wrong. Because when narcissists realize that you're not going to cure them and that you're not perfect, the minute you say something they disagree with, they drop you off that pedestal and the abuse starts. Okay, Black Dragon, prepare yourself. Life changes are coming. When the nodes of the moon card appears, direction and shifts are headed your way. You are releasing limiting habits, old behaviors, and situations that have blocked your progress. Talents, ideas, and new opportunities will soon emerge, creating pleasure in your life. That's what I'm saying about new year, new energy, renewal. While change can bring discomfort, it's important to surrender. You are moving toward a more fulfilling direction that will light up your soul, connecting you with source. It's time for you to awaken to the truth of who you are and align with your higher self. The north and south nodes of the moon, also called the lunar nodes, are extremely important points in astrology. The lunar nodes are not planets. They are where the moon crosses paths with the sun's ecliptic. As a result, they are always 180 degrees or opposite from one another. For example, an Aries north node will always have a Libra south node. You also can't have transformative solar or lunar eclipses without the north and south nodes of the moon. In Vedic astrology, they are called Rahu, north node, and Ketu, south node, a demon snake in Hindu mythology. The north and south nodes represent our karmic life direction. Listen up, this is really, really important. The south node indicates the talents you've mastered in a past life, your natural strengths and comfort zone. I don't know what the opposite sign of Cancer is, but that would be my south node because I know my north node is in Cancer. The north node is your soul's direction and the talents that you must develop in this lifetime. It's where you will feel the most fulfilled. Most of us lean on our south node early in life before we feel the sting of misalignment and our influence to make change. Cancer south node is, or I'm sorry, Cancer's north node is learning to master your emotions, and it's all about self-love. It's time to release the fear, let go of patterns that are holding you back. So Black Dragon, I feel like you're a pretty aligned person most of the time. Nuts Lab, you got to check your chart. I still have to go through your chart, and I want to check out those videos, but we'll talk more about that on Sunday. Because I take the day on Sunday, even though I took every day this week except one. But anyway, Black Dragon, I do feel like there is some area of your life where you feel like it's like this is it, right? There's not going to be any more than this. So I'm just going to use this as an example. Say you're in a toxic relationship, right? And you've been in it for 20 years. So you feel like this is just your life now. And you try to do things outside of the relationship. You try to emotionally detach. You do all the things and you're still unfulfilled because you have this huge anchor weighing you down. There is something in your life that you have accepted as either karmic or that's just how it is. But it's not. You can move yourself out of this. You have to focus on how to get to where you need to be instead of saying there's no way for me to get there. This is just one area. I feel like you're aligned, content, comfortable in every area, except this one. You've accepted lack. And the universe is trying to tell you that in the coming new year with the rebirth and renewal energy, it's like, I don't know why I keep hearing Chinese New Year. I don't even know what that means. You're messing up my reading. If Chinese New Year resonates with someone, let me know. But like, your energy should be pointed in the direction of not this is it, this is enough. It should be this is what I need to do to pull myself out of this mindset and experience of lack. Black Dragon, are you on my Facebook? I do have to say, I've been saying it for years. I have to separate Facebook, but I haven't. So I'm Gemma Jade on Facebook. Mom gets it. She's a Cancer sun. RJ's triple. He's sun, moon, rising Cancer. And they always have 2 words for each like alignment. His is mama's boy. I don't know what that means if you're a girl triple Cancer, but for boy triple Cancers, it literally means mama's boy. Who's next? Did anyone pay for a reading and not get one? It's $2 to PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, or $4 to YouTube through Super Chat, Super Sticker.
Not that I saw, but I have been trying to pay attention. It's been an interesting night. Anyways,
I think
timestamps.
Mom, he's just messing with you. He's just messing with you.
Yes.
My mom, I don't remember your chart, Mom, but I do know your Cancer sun. I have a very interesting combination, Pisces sun, Libra moon, Aries rising. So I have like the emotions of Pisces, the steadiness and balance of Libra in my emotions, which is why once I evolved energetically. I no longer lash out and like beat people up and throw things and smash things. That was the Pisces in me. Once you evolve energetically, which most of us have at this point, you come into alignment with your moon sign. That's usually the relationship you have with your maternal figure, your mom, or someone who's like a mom. And my mom and I do have that relationship, like very balanced. I respect her as my mother. I would never curse her out, not to her face, like scream at her and yell. My sisters have done that. No judgment or shame on them. That's between them. But like for me, my dad too, like I don't cross that line. But then I have an Aries rising, which is very like I am with you guys, like talk, open book in your face. So let's go. And like, that's why a lot of people never believe I'm a Pisces. Nutslap, are you on mushrooms again, sir? Aries moon, yes. And you are Libra sun. And I think Pisces rising, Blue, right? She goes, you see it too, right? She was showing me a picture of a spirit in the woods. And I said, yeah, I see it now. She goes, okay, so I'm not crazy. I'm like, no, you are crazy. You're just not seeing things. Mom, I'm crazy.
Well, Mom, you know where the crazy comes from.
I was just going to say, I get it from you. So
it goes both ways. And I hung out with you long enough to know that I picked up on it too.
Speaking of insane, tomorrow, like I said, is my dad's birthday. So I just want to wish him a happy 62nd birthday, even though he'll say he's 52. All right. Who's the first time stamp? Melissa Nicole?
Actually, are you going to do KC?
No, she can have a break for tonight.
Okay, Lotus.
Okay,
then you got Lotus, Mark, and Melissa. So I don't care how you do it in order.
Wasn't there one other? Oh, no, Divine. I read for her. Okay, yeah. I'll do Lotus first because I already am shuffling her cards.
Okay.
Carnunos. Mom, did you see my tote bag, though? RJ goes, that looks like you if you had red hair. I'm going to be using this, by the way. Mom, I'll show you all of them eventually, but I just, the love. It's incredible. All right, Miss Lotus girl. What are you doing here? Okay. You got Carnunos, card number 43. Some people call him Serenunos. And that is in the shadow position. Lotus girl, if Carnunos or Serenunos has appeared to you in reverse, he has determined that slow and steady wins the race. Serenunos possesses the medicine of both immediate action and slow and steady progress. In this case, he's telling you that you need to pace yourself to avoid burnout. I've been telling you this for years, girl. And avoid the quick and easy route. Steady progress and perseverance is the way to reach your goal. Try to see ways in which your urgency is a form of resistance. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep heading where you're heading. Keep aiming for what you are aiming for, but stop rushing. Consider the idea that you can accomplish small tasks as if they are great and noble. Allow the bigger goal to be built and reached over time. And allow it to evolve. See if you can access the freedom of determining what you do and when you do it. Make sure there are built-in rewards along the path to the end goal. And don't forget the rest and restoration are don't forget that rest and restoration are part of the process of progress. Girl, rest and restoration. Here's the thing. I feel like something's happening right now. What's up, Nomio? I feel like what's happening right now is... Who's John? There's something going on that you're really excited about. And because of how everything has gone for like the past couple of years for you, you want to like latch onto this and move, like, let's go. And that's not really you. You are a very kind of, for a Leo sun specifically, like a very slow and steady, like I'm going to get my way regardless, but it's going to take a while. This is something I feel like so exciting for you, or such a relief that you're just going to want to latch onto it without really reading between the lines. Lotus, I feel like whatever this opportunity is, it's not going to be a bad thing, but it is going to take time to evolve. Here's what I feel. You have to work out the details first. I feel like whatever this offer is or whatever this is that's coming in, yes, it's great, but I feel like there are some things you need to tweak with it, right? Like, for example, if somebody's offering you a contract for something, you may not like everything that's in it. So you want to take your time, go through it piece by piece and change what you want to change, then go back to them, then they'll change their. This is a back and forth of some sort. If you just go for it and rush and sign that contract real quick, what's going on? Then you're going to lose out in the end. And it's not that someone's trying to manipulate you, it's that you're going to end up unhappy and things aren't going to work out the exact way you want them to. Where if you take your time and really go through things and look through everything, read the fine print, allow the situation to evolve without your interference, right? Like, say what you want, say what you need, say what you're expecting, and then, let the other person or other people think on it. There's some, like, you will get your way. But if you just latch on to the first thing and say, yeah, go, again, it's not that you're being manipulated or tricked. It's that you're going to be unhappy with the result because it's not going to be exactly what you were looking for and what you were expecting. You're going to be let down. All right, let's do Mark Halstead. I'm going to use the Forest Spirits. Mother. Enchanted, the pink fairy. It's time to connect with your inner child and find joy in the simplest moments of life. So, Mark, I know you're going through a lot. Sorry, my nose itches physically. And it's like a back and forth and an up and down. And you never quite know, like, what's going to happen next. And I do feel the fear. I know you try to be positive and upbeat and tell us the good news. But I do feel fear here, Mark. And that's okay. It's perfectly normal. Like I was telling Divine Empathic, like her rage and anger, it's perfectly righteous. It's perfectly acceptable given the situation. I feel for you though, and I don't even know how to say this without sounding idiotic because I have not, thank God, been through what you're going through, right? I am basically healthy and functional, and I don't live in fear of what's going to happen next. So please understand, this is not me. This is spirit. Bye, Evil. Thanks for coming in. It was good to see you. This is telling you got to focus on like the smaller things in life and try as best as you can not to worry about. I know that's why I don't even like saying this, but again, it's not me. I would never say this. Try to focus on the positives and the things that you can do. I'm hearing like while you're here, and that doesn't mean you're going to pass away or anything. It just means like you have time now where you're not. I guess there's time for you now to, maybe write a letter to someone that you have something to say, or like make amends with people, focus on the small things, go for a walk, or make a new friend. Like, I feel like you're living in this immense fear, and I don't blame you. But the universe wants you to understand that that is not going to bring you anything except more of what you're fearing. Night, Julie girl, love you. So try your best to take the focus off what's physically going on and like follow your spiritual self. Go with your emotions, go with the flow. Again, make new friends, get out as much as you can if possible. Watch your favorite shows on TV. I realized today that I've been very miserable and like my life was missing music. I love music. It's like in my soul. And I haven't just sat and listened to music in years. My son always does. And I'm always like, turn that down. Like, and then I realized like he loves Michael Jackson. And every time he plays it, like we have a dance party. And today we were dancing to G-Eazy and he like loves the new music. And I like found something that like, I remembered something that like lights my soul on fire, something simple that connects me back to reality. Again, I spent the day in 2011, but it was my 2011 reality. All right, let's do the last one because I'm so ready to go eat. Melissa Nicole, Dark Goddess. This seems to be, whoa, your deck lately. I cannot hold on to a deck tonight. They keep falling. Nomeo, I hope you're well. Oh, Miss Mom. Well, I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Okay, cool, Melissa. You should have told me. I would have read for you first. You didn't have to wait. Mom, I know I say this a lot, but I really do have to call you Sunday because I need to go over the edits because I'm on my deadline is next Friday. That's it. I don't have any more time. So I've got to get the book done. And if you found mistakes or excuse me, grammatical errors, things like that, I really need to know so I can go and it's less editing and the book can get out quicker. All right, Melissa Nicole, last one. Guys, don't forget, donations are literally everything right now. I have a $300 goal. Last week we made $17. If you have anything to give, PayPal, Cash App, Steven's Venmo. All right. Everyone who sent me gifts, thank you so much. They mean so much to me. Again, especially with this economy, like you guys are so generous and beautiful. And it makes me uncomfortable. Like in a good way though. Is Jules still here? I hope not because she is not going to like this. Jules, if you're still here, it'd be a good time to go. Yep, there you are. It's that card you don't like, the spider. You got Arachne, the card of hubris. I'm not going to show it because Jules really does have a really bad fear of spiders, even though I don't think there's not one on the card. But I know that upsets her. Okay. Weave a web of light or dark. The choice is free to make one's mark. Bragging is no fun to hear. Its shadow only throws up fear. By the power of dark goddess in me, protection in place blessed be. You have been spinning a web of deceit and have become caught up in the hubris that is your light. In truth, it has not been easy for you, and instead of shining your light brightly, you've hidden your gifts and your ability. The problem is the scales have tipped and there's no healthy balance. So now it seems you boast your greatness to anyone who will listen. That's not actually what's going on, and I'll explain. It's important to remember that nobody likes to show off. Your bragging and excessive pride could lead you to fail. However, Arachne knows just how you feel. Competing in this world isn't easy, yet you have done so well to promote yourself to the top of haughty superiority. Face your fear of spiders. That doesn't mean you're actually fearful of spiders. Again, I'll explain. Are you coming from a place of ego or from the heart? Be careful not to brag. Don't try so hard. You will receive recognition you deserve. Be the real you. Weave your life constructively. A spider indicates choices to be made. This isn't about you bragging. This is someone else's energy being dependent on you. So this person, I already know who it is. And it's like the same reading. And I'm getting frustrated, not with you, but like with this person and how I constantly see them treating you, right? I just heard a really loud bang. Probably a bear. It's time for a change, Melissa. And I feel like getting the recognition you deserve, that's not him having a moment of clarity or changing anything about his abuse or anything else he puts you through. This is more about someone else recognizing what you're dealing with and maybe being able to help. The problem is your fear of change, being comfortable in your situation, which I totally understand. Sometimes it's just easier to stay. It's just easier to go with what has become normal. The fact of the matter is, though, you're in danger. When people start getting physically violent, it becomes a life or death situation. And I'm sorry, I always give you the same reading, but I feel like it's just the universe encouraging you that now in the rebirth renewal energy of the new year, the next 2 to 4 weeks, Melissa, it's time to start accepting help and being willing to step outside of your comfort zone. I said it earlier to someone, like the first or second reading, get comfortable, my mom, with being uncomfortable. You have got to get yourself out of this. Blue, right? A drone crashed, guys, into a bear. The bear is now eating it. This can only last for so long, Melissa. Is this going to be the rest of your life? And this is what your spirit is asking me. I'm not asking you because I've been there, done that, and I get it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you're given these little pieces. I'm not judging you. You're giving these little pieces of like ways of like being able to get away. Someone in the next 2 to 4 weeks is going to reach their hand out and you're going to be afraid to take it because change is hard. Even when you're living the way that you are, it's what you're used to. It's your normal. Yeah, cognitive dissonance. I deal with it too. When you know something happened and you bring it up, like, hey, last week you said we were going to go to the mall on Sunday. And the person says, I never said that. What's wrong with you? And you're like thinking to yourself, I know they said that. And they are so convincing that you start to be like, wait a minute. And that's a small thing. They do it with big things. You live with an angry, rageful narcissist. And I have lived with and I'm not going to get personal and say when, with a neglectful narcissist who never raised his voice because he never cared enough about the conversation, right? You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You're never going to get out of there if you don't change something, because he's not going anywhere. Mom, I love you. Oh, sure. Good night, Stephen and Chris. Not your own daughter. I'm just kidding. I love you. Have a great night. I'll talk to you Sunday. I will call you. So yeah, Melissa, you know the drill. You know the deal. Please look around and look for people offering help. You don't even have to ask. I feel like somebody is just going to either intuitively know or overhear you. Like I just see this, okay? I see like nothing and then a hand. Like somebody is reaching out their hand. Guys, one more time, don't forget to donate, please. I have a $300 goal that I have to get through the week and finish up Christmas. Thank you so much for the gifts on my Amazon wish list gift link. You guys are incredible, amazing. I'll see you all next week, Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern. We're going to be covering the Hinter Kaifak Farm murders. It is creepy. There's some kind of phantom murderer. They think that maybe the suspect was living in the house the whole time, but nobody ever found them in the search. So it's legit. I used to think it was paranormal until I actually looked into the details of the case. A lot of people still do think something supernatural happened to this family, the whole family, including the kids. It's kind of sad. Trigger warning. We talk about domestic violence and we talk about really grisly murders. Love you guys so much. Good night, Ghost Dragons. I'll talk to you in a few. And good night, Jarvis.
Breaking up.